Chapter 2881. At the end of the path was a table. On the table was a white jade book with nothing written on the cover. The updates were quick. When Chen Shang came to the table, the burning pain suddenly disappeared, causing his entire body to relax. He carefully touched the book and felt a chill. He picked up the jade book and opened it. Every page inside was blank. There was nothing inside. Is this the myriad Tao divine technique? Chen Shang looked around, and even went under the table to look once, but he did not find anything. Just as he was about to carefully inspect the mahogany table, he realized that many cracks had suddenly appeared on the table. Then, it shattered, turning into a red light and flew away. Is this the only thing at the end of the heavenly alchemy stone wall? Chen Shang looked at the book in his hands and frowned. There was nothing written on it. Try dripping blood. Chen Shang immediately dripped blood on it, but to no avail. Following that, he used many techniques to prevent the book from making any movements. Coming here, he obtained this mysterious thing, causing Chen Shang to suddenly want to curse. He had placed all his hopes on this book, but there was nothing about it. There must be something. Chen Shang released the heavenly alchemy immortal power and gave it a try, but there was still no response. After tossing and turning for the majority of the day, Chen Shang rested for a bit, but he did not despair. After all, he had been busy for a very long time. He would never give up on something like this. We'll talk about it when we get back. I wonder if the Flying Dragon Palace leader will be able to do anything about it. Chen Shang looked at the heavenly refining great Tao, and his scalp went numb, because he still had to endure the pain and walk back. Heavenly alchemy stone wall, this broken place. Chen Shang could not help but curse, and then stepped onto the heavenly refining great Tao. Just as he stepped onto it, he originally thought that he would immediately endure immense pain, but it did not come. Chen Shang was ecstatic. He laughed, haha, when we reach the end, we'll go back and be fine. Just like this, Chen Shang continued to run wildly all the way, stopping and walking uncontrollably. He did not have to endure the pain, hence he was extremely fast. In just a day's time, he had reached the big door that led in. It had taken him over a year to get here, but he had only taken a single day to get back. This meant that this path was not very long. It was just that it was very difficult to walk on. Chen Shang stood in front of the light curtain and took a deep breath. He didn't know what would happen after he left, and he didn't know how many years had passed since he came out. In short, when he came in, the fight outside was extremely fierce. Let's go all out. Chen Shang clenched his teeth, and ran frantically towards the light screen. After rushing out, what Chen Shang saw shocked him. It was not an oasis anymore, it was filled with water. The short mountain that the heavenly alchemy stone wall was on was now like an island in the middle of the water. Chen Shang looked forward. In front of him was the endless blue ocean. It was currently noon, and the sun was extremely intense. What happened? You became like this after a single battle. Chen Shang climbed to the top of the mountain where the heavenly alchemy stone wall was. Hey! Chen Shang shouted, but there was no reaction. What should I do now? Go back. The direction has changed. Chen Shang was now unable to determine the direction to return to. Previously, Flying Dragon Palace leader had promised him that he would wait for him outside, but now, he had yet to come. Just as Chen Shang was about to leave, he suddenly saw a small golden dragon swimming towards him like a small snake. This should be the Flying Dragon Palace leader's golden dragon. Chen Shang had seen the golden dragon released by the Flying Dragon Palace leader before, and its aura was the same as this little golden dragon's. He immediately went over and caught the little golden dragon and asked, "Can you hear me?" What had happened? Why is there such a huge change outside? Quote, "You're still alive." The golden dragon spoke out. It was the voice of the Flying Dragon Palace leader. Nonsense, of course I'm alive. Just what is going on? I want to go back. Chen Shang suddenly felt that a long time had passed outside. He suddenly wanted to curse. He had lost so much time because he couldn't understand a single book. What's the situation now? Chen Shang asked. The little gold dragon sighed and said, "This has already been over 10,000 years. This is the only body I have left." Quote, "What? You're already dead?" Chen Shang did not dare believe that the extremely strong Flying Dragon Palace leader would actually die, and only the little golden dragon remained to support his existence. It's not that I'm completely dead, it's just that my body has been destroyed and my soul is still there. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, "All these years, I have been waiting for you to appear here. Now, I have finally found you. Oh right, how long have you been in there? It's only been a little more than a year and it's already been 10,000 years outside. Damn it, Lousy is spending so much time on it. Chen Shang could not help but scold loudly, as he held onto the heavenly alchemy stone wall tightly. What happened to this broken stone wall? Why isn't the light shining anymore? No one will come to understand what is going on with this myriad Dao mausoleum. There's water everywhere. Quote. Jin Long sighed. In the past 10,000 years, many things have happened. You definitely didn't expect that. Among them, all of the 4 great divine sects died. Quote. What? They are all dead. Chen Shang was stunned. He did not dare believe that heavenly alchemy sect leader, who he had been laughing and talking with, was now dead, and this was more than a year ago. Why would they die? Chen Shang suddenly thought of Lin Jishan, the great clan elder, and the people who were on good terms with him, and he wondered how they were doing. It's a long story. The Flying Dragon Palace leader lied on the ground and said, I'll tell you slowly. The Flying Dragon Palace leader and Chen Shang talked for a long time, listening to Chen Zhang's shocked tone. In the past 10,000 years, there had been too many things happening. Although the Flying Dragon Pagoda was not destroyed, the world had been turned upside down inside, especially above the 1,000 floors, which was now the world of the dragon demons. Humans had already become very low-level organisms, and could only survive if they were loyal to the dragon demon. 4 great divine sects and the Flying Dragon Palace were completely ruled by the dragon demon. When the Flying Dragon Palace leader suffered a crushing defeat in battle with the Dragon Elder, he could only protect his soul and hide inside the Myriad Dao Mausoleum, which was why he was not killed. Dragon Demon Sovereign did not dare enter the Myriad Dao Mausoleum, and he hated the Myriad Dao Mausoleum very much, so he would send many strong humans there soon, causing a huge commotion inside. He even cooperated with the White Bones Imperial and the Flying Dragon Ghost Realm, making a mess of the inside of the Myriad Dao Mausoleum. As for the Heavenly Alchemy Stone Wall, because it was hard for it to comprehend anything again, it had gradually been forgotten. I obtained this at the end of the Heavenly Refining Great Tao. I wonder just what use it has. Chen Shang took out the nameless jade book and helplessly said, You've been wasting so much time, just because you got this thing. This is the Myriad Dao Divine Arts. You have succeeded. Flying Dragon Palace leader said excitedly. Chapter 2882. Chen Shang could not believe that this thing, which did not have any content, was actually the legendary Myriad Dao Divine Arts. Is this true? Why is there nothing in it? Chen Shang anxiously said. Palace Lord, do you know of any way to use it? Hurry up and tell me. 10,000 years had passed, and Chen Shang also didn't know how the natural law world was doing right now. He was extremely anxious, and really wanted to return to take a look, but he didn't have enough strength. The updates were quick. Open this book and put it on the ground. I'll try. The Flying Dragon Palace leader seemed to have a deep understanding of the Myriad Dao Divine Arts. Chen Shang nodded and followed his instructions. You just wait patiently. Flying Dragon Palace leader didn't know what to do as he laid on the jade book. While Chen Shang was waiting, he entered the 6 realms time and space door to check Shui Shenxian's Wheel of Fate. After he finished looking, he discovered that Shui Shenxian's Wheel of Fate was still in quite a good state, and he could still feel joy and happiness from it. This made him feel a lot more at ease, and he then went to inspect the Wheel of Fate of his other women, one by one, who were already friends and relatives. As long as the Wheel of Destiny was still there, it wouldn't be a big deal. Lin Jishan and the Great Clan Elder were also here, which meant that they were still alive. The 4 great divine sects' Wheel of Fate was already gone, and they were indeed dead. When Chen Shang was inside the 6 realms time and space door, he suddenly felt a strong wave of heavenly alchemy immortal power outside. He immediately left the 6 realms time and space door. He saw that the jade book, which was placed on the ground and opened, released a golden light that shot towards the heavenly alchemy stone wall. Chen Shang looked at the heavenly alchemy stone wall that was being shot by the golden light. Seeing that there were more than 100 chants written on it, he immediately memorized them all. This is the complete extent of the Myriad Dao's divine arts. Although it is simple, it can combine the 4 great sacred arts and fuse them into one. If you have the 4 great sacred techniques in your mind, you can combine them all to form the Myriad Dao Divine Arts. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, Do you remember now? I've already remembered it, Chen Shang said. All right. After Flying Dragon Palace leader finished speaking, the jade book stopped releasing a golden light. Keep it safe. only by cooperating with the heavenly alchemy stone wall can you see the contents. You have memorized it already, so you won't need it again in the future. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, your trip this time wasn't in vain. It has already allowed you to obtain the myriad Tao's divine arts. Flying Dragon Palace leader had also learned it himself, but it was not convenient for him to cultivate in his current state, so there was a sense of loss in his voice. Then how is Natural Law Divine Lord now? Chen Shang asked. He's still the Bone King of the White Bones Imperial. He was originally ranked 7th, but now he's ranked 1st. This guy has a pretty good relationship with the Dragon Demon Lord, even though they haven't met each other before. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Even the Dragon Devil Emperor Venerable had to call him master, it showed just how powerful he was. Now that Dragon Demon Sovereign has taken over the Flying Dragon Experience Place, only with his permission can they enter it to cultivate. Otherwise, no one is allowed to enter. After the Flying Dragon Experience Place was taken over, the growth of humans was limited. This way, it would be difficult for them to defeat the Dragon Demons in the future. As long as you were in Flying Dragon Pagoda, you would be enslaved by the dragons and demons for your entire life. The ancient transmission array that was teleported from the Flying Dragon Pagoda to the Myriad Tao Mausoleum was also controlled by the dragon demons, making it even more difficult to enter the Myriad Tao Mausoleum. Why did this place become a sea? Chen Shang asked. Wasn't it because of the war? The battle was too intense, causing the ground around the Heavenly Alchemy stone wall to collapse. Afterwards, more and more water came from the Rainbow River, and over time, it became an ocean. Flying Dragon Palace leader mounted Chen Zhang's 6 realms mirrors. Do you want to return to the Flying Dragon Pagoda now? The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. That's right, I have to go back. With my ability, it shouldn't be a problem for me to quietly grow inside. Chen Shang said. But, it's not easy for you to return. The formation to return is already under the control of the dragon demons. The Flying Dragon Palace leader replied, it was also with great difficulty that I came here back then. As long as I leave this area, I will be able to use my spatial power and return to the Flying Dragon Pagoda. With my current strength, this shouldn't be a problem. Chen Shang said. That's for the best, then let's go back. You must think of a way to go to the Flying Dragon Experience Place, a place that can make you stronger. The current Flying Dragon Palace leader was extremely weak, so he could only rely on Chen Shang. Although Chen Shang did not have any good impressions towards the Flying Dragon Palace, he and the Flying Dragon Palace leader did not have any deep grudges either. They had a common enemy now, and both had a common goal. The Flying Dragon Palace leader was not as arrogant as before. After all, he no longer had the strength that could look down on all the heroes, and he could no longer be arrogant. Under the guidance of the Flying Dragon Palace leader, Chen Shang came to the Divine Ghost Imperial country and then used the power of space to return there. When he returned, he used the 6 realms time and space door, so he was able to sense where Lin Jishan was. So fast, although the Flying Dragon Palace leader was strong in the past, they were not strong enough to be like Chen Shang. It's also exhausting my strength. Chen Shang let out a long breath. 10,000 years have passed, but I haven't made any progress in all these years. The dragon demons in the Flying Dragon Pagoda must be very strong. That's not it. You are an early stage Taizun realm after all, and you even possess a heavenly alchemy immortal power. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, even though the heavenly alchemy divine sect is dead, he left you something. It is in the great clan elder's hands, you must find the great clan elder. What is it? Chen Shang asked anxiously. The most valuable treasure of the heavenly alchemy divine sect, the heavenly refining divine cauldron. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, this is a supreme divine object, the heavenly alchemy soul was created using the divine furnace. Back then, he risked his life just to protect this divine object and let the great clan elder take it away. Is he really going to give it to me? Chen Shang didn't dare believe that such an important thing was actually going to be given to him. Who should I give it to if not you? Only you are worthy of this divine cauldron, your heavenly alchemy soul and body are fused, and you are even cultivating the myriad Tao divine technique. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, so you have to quickly find the great clan elder. Right now, many people are looking for him, especially that Zhao clan. Quote. Zhao clan. Of course Chen Shang did not forget. He was just curious about how the Zhao clan was doing now. Zhao clan is now a follower of the dragon demon, a lackey of the dragon demon. These bastards. The Flying Dragon Palace leader cursed. Alright, I'll go find the Great Elder now, but I need to find two friends first. They're both pretty strong. Chen Shang wanted to find Lin Jishan and Little Bat, they were still alive. Lin Jishan was now near him. Chapter 2883. Although Flying Dragon Palace leader was the only overlord of the Flying Dragon Palace and was extremely powerful, many people in the Flying Dragon Palace knew that he was very respectful. However, ever since he had lost, the people who had been loyal to him in the Flying Dragon Palace had all pledged their allegiance to the Dragon Demon. Only then would they be able to continue living. When the Flying Dragon Palace leader brought up this matter, he really wanted to go to the Flying Dragon Palace and kill all of those fence-sitters. Chen Shang came to the foot of a large tree. The trunk of the tree was very thick, and could fit a small house inside. Uncle Lin, Chen Shang shouted from the powerful tree trunk. Using the Dao Hard Eye, Chen Shang could immediately tell that there was a space inside the tree trunk, but he could not clearly see if there was anyone inside. However, he had sensed from the Six Realms time and space door that Lin Jishan's Ingyan wheel was here, so Lin Jishan would definitely be. Isn't it here? That's impossible. Chen Shang waited a while, but still did not make any move, as his heart was filled with suspicions. Just as Chen Shang was about to use the spatial teleportation technique, the big tree suddenly shook, and released a white light, then Lin Jishan walked out. Uncle Lin, Chen Shang was very excited. Lin Jishan was even more agitated than him. He had thought that Chen Shang had died and it had been 10,000 years since they last met. Brat, you didn't die. That's great. Lin Jishan quickly pulled Chen Shang into the tree trunk. Behind the Jingqi was a small hall, where Lin Jishan had been hiding all these years. Chen Shang could also tell that Lin Jishan's current cultivation was still at the late period of Taizun realm, so it would not be easy for him to step into it. Uncle Lin, how have you been these past few years? Have you not stepped into the Venerable Ancestor realm yet? Chen Shang felt that this 10,000 years should be enough for Lin Jishan to break through. Lin Jishan shook his head. Right now, improving is becoming more and more difficult. According to what I know, if one wants to enter the Venerable Ancestor realm, they would normally have to go to the Flying Dragon experience place to cultivate. What about the little bats? Do you have any contact with him? Chen Shang asked. The little bat had said before that it would cultivate and charge into the Venerable Ancestor realm. He has already become your ancestor. I haven't seen him for many years. The last time I saw him was more than 1,000 years ago. Lin Jishan sighed. Last time, he said that he was going to the Dragon Devil Dead Land. I wonder how he is doing now. Why do you want to go to the Flying Dragon experience place after stepping into the Venerable Ancestor realm? Chen Shang released the little golden dragon. This was the Flying Dragon Palace leader. He understood the matters of the Flying Dragon experience place the best. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, the Flying Dragon experience place has a special power, and after actually cultivating inside, it can allow people to cultivate the golden body of the myriad Tao. If they want to become an ancestor, they must have the golden body of the myriad Tao. Lin Jishan nodded. I never thought that after separating for 10,000 years, how have you been? Where are they? Quote, I'm inside the Heavenly Alchemy stone wall. I've only been inside for more than a year. Speaking of this matter, Chen Shang felt very uncomfortable. He had lost 10,000 years in vain. Then, Chen Shang told Lin Jishan about the situation inside the Heavenly Alchemy stone wall. Lin Jishan knew that Chen Shang was still alive, and also knew that there was hope. Now that the Flying Dragon experience place was under the control of the Dragon Demon, without extremely powerful strength, it was impossible to overthrow the Dragon Demon's rule. In that case, it would be almost impossible to use the Flying Dragon experience place to cultivate the golden body of the myriad Tao. However, Chen Shang was able to use the corpse of such a terrifying mouse to refine a Jinzun Dan, and this Jinzun Dan was able to help a person cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body. Because he could not break through, Lin Jishan looked much older. Chen Shang now knew that refining Jinzun Dan was his top priority, but he still had to find Little Bat and the Great Clan Elder. In this situation, he needed to gather these trustworthy people. After Chen Shang sensed the Little Bat's location from the Six Realms time and space door, he brought Lin Jishan there. This place was very close to the Dragon Devil Dead Land, and when they arrived, Chen Shang sensed the aura of the Dragon Demon and thought that he had entered the Dragon Devil Dead Land. If Lin Jishan had not told him that this was only a city outside of Dragon Devil Dead Land, he would not have believed it. How is it inside the Dragon Devil Dead Land? Chen Shang looked in the direction where the dragon's demonic aura was coming from. There are a lot of dragon demons there. They have already built a city inside, but I have no idea where these dragon demons came from. Lin Jishan said, "Are you sure that the little bat is here?" "I'm sure I'll be able to find him soon," Chen Shang said, then once again entered the Six Realms time and space door. Not long later, he teleported with Lin Jishan. This time they came to a dark cave in the mountain. Coming here and sensing the weak aura of the little bat, Lin Jishan immediately shouted excitedly, "Little bat, I am old Lin." When Lin Jishan shouted, the surroundings suddenly lit up, only to see a gigantic golden bat hanging upside down on the belly of the mountain, following that, a green-haired teenager running out from the dragon bat's wings. The little bat looked like a child previously, but now he was a teenager. His strength had increased a lot as well. Old Lin, Chen Shang. The little bat knew them and couldn't help but laugh happily. Afterwards, Chen Shang and the other two started to chat with each other. They knew that the reason the little bats were at this place was to observe the Dragon Devil Dead Land, because there were too many secrets hidden in the Dragon Devil Dead Land. He had been here for many years, and had gained a lot. There are already cities built in the Dragon Devil Dead Land, and all of these cities actually have transmission arrays. These transmission arrays are actually connected to other large cities. The little bat said, "These transmission arrays are not easy to arrange, but they understand. There must be a master capable of using the transmission array to help them from the back." Chen Shang said, "Who exactly is it? Why are you helping these guys?" Quote, "I don't know." In short, the demonic dragon has gradually become more human. On the outside, it looks like a human, but if we fight, it will reveal the shape of a demonic dragon. The little bat shook its head. There are currently many dragon demons in the Dragon Devil Dead Land. In the few large cities, humans are allowed to join them, and I need to agree to become their slave or serve one of the dragon demons. Humans have a very low status in there. If you have strength, you don't need to be a slave, but you need to be one of their subordinates. Chen Shang said, "We must change this situation. These dragon demons are always hidden dangers. We don't even know what they want to do." After that, Chen Shang told Little Bat of his plan to look for the great clan elder with him. He was worried that he would encounter danger on the way, because with the protection of the Venerable Ancestor Realm, he would be much safer. Chapter 2884. Bat immediately promised Chen Shang to go with him to look for the great clan elder. The updates were quick. The great clan elder had the spirit refining furnace in his hands, and Chen Shang felt that if he could get it, it would allow him to refine the Jinzun Dan a little faster. In this situation, it was hard for him to earn Dao Crystal by selling pellets and medicines, and he did not have many Dao Crystal with him right now. If he were to use Chuangshi God Furnace S to refine, he would need a large number of Dao Crystal. When Chen Shang sensed the great clan elder from the Wheel of Fate in the Six Realms time and space door, he realized that the situation for the great clan elder was not bad. Her life force was extremely strong, and from this, Chen Shang could tell that the great clan elder was in a very good condition. Moreover, he could clearly sense the location of the great elder. After teleporting twice, Chen Shang finally arrived at the place where the great clan elder was hiding. This was a desolate, lifeless land. However, not long after, he saw an old man quickly flying over. It was the Grand Elder. When the great clan elder of the refining divine sect saw Chen Shang, he was very excited and immediately increased his speed by a fold. At this moment, he still could not believe it. He pinched Chen Zhang's arm and felt that there was blood and flesh on it. Lin Jia, the bat sitting beside Chen Shang, also started laughing. "Grand Elder, have you been well these past few years?" Chen Shang smiled slightly. "He's still alive. That's not too bad." The great clan elder laughed bitterly. Even though he was still alive, the entire divine sex was already under the control of someone else. The Zhao clan controlled the divine sex and he was often hunted down and killed by the Zhao clan. What caused him the most grief was the death of the leader who refined the divine sects. "Do you have anything to gain from going inside the stone wall?" the great elder asked. "Yes." Chen Shang nodded. "Let's talk somewhere else." The myriad Dao divine arts that Chen Shang had obtained from the stone wall was extremely important. He had planned to pass it down to the great clan elder since the great clan elder had brought the leader along with him. The great clan elder brought Chen Shang into a secret room deep underground. After he went down there, Chen Shang immediately passed down the myriad Dao's divine arts to him. When the great clan elder obtained the myriad Dao's divine arts, he felt excited and at the same time sad. If the leader was still alive, he would definitely be very happy. This is the spirit refinement furnace. Leader gave it to me that day and asked me to transfer it to you. If I didn't fulfill Leader's last wish, I would have already gone to Dragon Devil Deadland and fought for my life. The great clan elder handed the spirit refinement furnace over to Chen Shang. It was a golden cauldron, and it looked very simple, as if it was made by a child using mud. This is the spirit refinement furnace. Why does it look so terrible? Bat said, it's like being pinched by a child. Hee, this spirit refinement furnace is truly being pinched by a child. Moreover, it is the first cauldron under the heavens. Legend has it that after the child produced a cauldron, a surge of power was absorbed by the child. The cauldron also absorbed the first bit of power from the earth, so it became this spirit refining furnace. Of course, this is only passing down from the sect. I don't know if it's true or not, but in short, this is the spirit refinement furnace without a doubt. The great elder said. Chen Shang took it over and held it in his hand. When he touched it, he could feel the terrifying power within the spirit refinement furnace. Then, he took out the Chuangshi God furnace. The Chuangshi God furnace had also merged with other cauldrons before, so he wanted to see if the Chuangshi God furnace could still fuse with this spirit refinement furnace. What he did not expect was that they were able to fuse together once again, and the two cauldrons actually came into a tacit understanding as they clashed. The moment they collided, a golden light flashed. Chen Shang and the others could not see the situation clearly. What's going on? The great clan elder was extremely anxious. This was a treasure of the divine sects, and now this strange phenomenon had occurred. After fusing the spirit refinement furnace with my pill furnace, I will still be able to preserve the abilities of the spirit refinement furnace. Chen Shang laughed. Don't worry. The Chuangshi God furnace and the spirit refinement cauldron quickly merged together, and their shape did not change much, and they still looked like Chuangshi God furnace. However, Chen Shang realized that Chuangshi God furnace could also transform into the shape of a spirit refinement cauldron. Of course, Chuangshi God furnaces were more beautiful. It's fused. What's this called? The great clan elder could not help but exclaim in his heart when he saw the treasure he obtained from refining the divine sects change to something else. Cauldron forging furnace. Chen Shang laughed. This thing should be able to speed up my refining process. If it's true, we might not be able to change the situation. The great elder shook his head. As long as that guy is alive, there will be no hope for us at all. He is a very powerful being, and even Flying Dragon Palace leader died miserable deaths in his hands. Quote, I'm not dead yet. Flying Dragon Palace leader suddenly ran out and shouted. Flying Dragon Palace leader, you are still alive. The great elder said in surprise. Of course I'm alive. How can I die that easily? Sooner or later, I will seek out the Draconians to seek revenge. At this time, Flying Dragon Palace leader had also grasped the myriad Dao divine arts. With the myriad Dao divine arts, he felt that he still had a chance to make a comeback. That's good. I will now continue to refine pills. First, I will allow Uncle Lin and Great Elder Lin to become revered ancestors. Chen Shang said. 10,000 years had passed and the Great Elder was still in the late period of Taizun realm, so his situation was the same as the Lin families. You have a way. The great clan elder couldn't believe that Chen Shang could actually refine a pill that could help him step into the revered ancestor realm. I just have a certain amount of confidence that I can do it. This will take a bit of time. Chen Shang said. Right now, I need to make a trip to Myriad Dao Mausoleum. Why are you going to the Myriad Dao Mausoleum? The great clan elder did not understand. The situation in the Myriad Dao Mausoleum is also very bad. Divine Ghost Imperial Country does not dare to casually open the big doors of the Myriad Dao Mausoleum now. It's fine, even if I don't open the door, I can still enter. Chen Shang laughed. All you need to do is wait here for me. Right, you guys must think of a way to get more Dao Crystal for me. I need a large number of Dao Crystal right now, and it would be best if I could get a few trillion. Quote. Tens of billions of Dao Crystal were all there. However, Lin Jia, Bat and Great Elder were not ordinary people. Although they could not guarantee that they could get their hands on it, they still nodded their heads and promised Chen Shang as much as possible as they tried to get their hands on more Dao Crystal. Chen Shang only had 3 trillion Dao Crystal on hand. He did not know if it was enough. If Chen Shang could enter the 6 realms time and space door and grasp the power of space, he could teleport himself out and enter the Divine Ghost Imperial Country S. There were no spatial restrictions within Myriad Dao Mausoleum, so Chen Shang could easily enter. Once again entering the Divine Ghost Imperial Country, Chen Shang followed his memories and arrived outside the house where the time ghost was. In order to save time, Chen Shang could only come to Time Ghost. Time Ghost, I'm here again. Do you still remember me? Chen Shang snickered after entering. It's you, how did you get here? Does not seem to have opened it yet. Time Ghost exclaimed, you have become much stronger. Not bad, I need to buy some time now. Chen Shang said with a smile, is it still okay now? Chapter 2885. If Chen Shang wanted to quickly refine Jinzun Dan, he would need a large number of Dao crystal to activate the array formation inside the furnace, but he did not have that many Dao crystal. The updates were quick. Therefore, he could only use more time to refine it, which was why he thought of coming to this place to look for Time Ghost. Of course you can, but the usual price is 1 billion Dao crystal for 1 hour. If you stay inside for 1 hour, it will only take 2 hours. Time Ghost was very willing, he had not had any business for a very long time. I'm going to stay here a little longer. Chen Shang laughed, is that okay too? No problem, as long as you have many Dao crystal, you can stay as long as you want. On one hand, there were very few people who could find him here, and adding that the opening of the myriad Dao Mausoleum's Earth Gate was not that frequent, the last time someone came here was 7 to 8,000 years ago. The last time he bought the time from Time Ghost, it was also with Chen Shang. Alright, I'll buy 30 first. Chen Shang gave Time Ghost 30 billion Dao crystal. If he were to use an array formation to refine a Jinzun Dan, the cost would be over 10 billion, but now that the Chuangshi God Furnace and the Spirit Refinement Furnace had fused into a furnace, the speed would definitely increase. Chen Shang estimated that he only needed 20 billion Dao crystal to do that. Right now, he did not know that this method was more worthwhile, so he could only enter and give it a try. Chen Shang took out a mouse from the 6 realms mirrors. This mouse had entered into the refining stone wall with him, so the time they spent there was the same. It had only been a little more than a year. Now let's see if I can refine this thing without activating the formation inside the cauldron. Chen Shang placed the mouse into the furnace and poured the strong divine flame. After entering the furnace, the divine power fire immediately increased by more than 10 times. It had suddenly increased by this much, which was unexpected for Chen Shang. The Spirit Refinement Cauldron is indeed powerful. After it merged with my Chuangshi God Furnace, it became even more formidable. Chen Shang was extremely agitated. Even if he did not use Dao Crystal S now, he could still incinerate the mouse's myriad Dao's golden body. According to this speed, I should be able to refine 1 out of 3 pills. Even if I had to use 30 billion Dao Crystal S to activate the formation previously, it would still take me half a month. According to this speed, I can refine 10 of them in a month inside this place. I need to stay here for 300 pills before I can refine 100 of them. About 100 of them can cultivate the myriad Dao's golden body. Chen Shang thought, it was not that hard a task for him, but it would be a little boring. Looks like I have to try out the crash method. If I am successful in my attempt, I might only need 50 of them to cultivate to reach the myriad Dao golden body. I can also save more rat flesh. Chen Shang patted the furnace, feeling that it should be able to withstand the power that came out from the collision. Alright, let's try to use the crash method. Chen Shang had already made his decision, thinking that he needed to become stronger even faster. After all, 10,000 years had passed since the Dao world started. After 2 more days, Chen Shang was already prepared to condense the pellet, and in order to perform the crash method, he needed to do so at this stage. He took a deep breath and then skillfully activated the crash method, controlling the lump of golden energy into 8 strands, and then fiercely collided with them. Boom! As expected, the furnace was able to withstand the pressure. Even though there was a lot of commotion, the furnace was fine. It's a success. Chen Shang was also sweating profusely. He himself had tensed up in that instant. He was extremely satisfied with his control, and was able to hold out just now. What the hell are you doing? Time Ghost was shocked by the commotion. I'm concocting pills. What's wrong? Does it have a big impact on your room? Chen Shang asked. Don't tell me that you've ruined this house, right? Of course not, it's just a little scary. The Time Ghost laughed. Time Ghost, hasn't your Divine Ghost Imperial Country's Ghost Emperor woken up? I heard that your Divine Ghost Imperial Country was being suppressed really severely. Chen Shang asked. Isn't that so? There's no other way. Who knew that when the Flying Dragon Ghost Realm and the White Bones Imperial united, our dynasty would become like that? Time Ghost said. So, what are you going to do next? Chen Shang asked again. I don't know, how could a minion like me know? However, the current Myriad Dao Mausoleum is in a very bad situation. It has been a long time since such a noisy situation has occurred. Would there be a big battle? The Time Ghost replied, fortunately, I do not need to participate in the battle. Chen Shang asked a few more questions, but Time Ghost didn't understand any of them, so Chen Shang didn't continue asking. Next, he charged at the Jinzun Dan twice. Very quickly, the second collision ended and a spiritual god was born. Pills with a spiritual god could form and refine themselves. Great, with a spiritual god, I'll be able to fuse a lot more. Chen Shang laughed out loud. After that, he would enter the core formation stage, and after that, he would be unable to control himself. Very quickly, this second crash Jinzun Dan was refined, and Chen Shang immediately ate it. That way, he would be able to find out how effective the medicine was. After eating, the Jinzun Dan refined itself, and the refining speed was extremely fast. It wasn't long before he clearly knew the effects. It's 5 times better than before. In that case, I only need 20 of them to cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body. Chen Shang clenched his fist. To him, refining 20 pills was a piece of cake. It only took him 2 months. Originally, he planned to give it to the great clan elder and the rest to eat, but now that this situation had occurred, he changed his plan and refined all of the Jinzun Dan that he needed in one go. One of the great elder, Uncle Lin, I, and Mei Jing's sisters would need 80 pills, which would probably take around 8 to 9 months. 300 or so, which is equivalent to 300 hours outside. In other words, Uncle Lin and the others will need to wait for a month. It's not a very long time. And before, Chen Shang would need half a month to refine one pellet, and need to refine 100 to be able to cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body, but now, he would need 20, and 20 would only need 2 months. The reason why he could improve so much was all because of the spirit refinement furnace. The furnace that the spirit refinement furnace had merged with his Chuangshi God furnace was extremely powerful, allowing him to refine Jinzun Dan at twice the cost of half the effort. After that, Chen Shang bought a total of about 300 million years from the Time Ghost, using up about 300 billion Dao crystal. This 300 billion was nothing to Chen Shang, and was definitely worth it in his opinion. Time Ghost was also very happy. Coming here would be a huge deal. After 300 years, Chen Shang had long cultivated the Myriad Dao's golden body, and also stepped into the middle stage of the Taizun realm. The Jinzun Dan's power could strengthen the 6 souls, but it could only help him reach the middle stage. However, he had the Myriad Dao's golden body, which meant that it would no longer be difficult for him to step into the Venerable Ancestor realm. Chapter 2886. Chen Shang walked out of the room, left the Myriad Dao Mausoleum and returned to the Flying Dragon Pagoda. He had only left for 2 months, but was already at the middle stage of the Taizun realm at the moment. Furthermore, he had cultivated the Myriad Dao's golden body, and all of the Mei Jing sisters inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa had also stepped into the Taizun realm and cultivated the Myriad Dao's golden body, quickly advancing to the middle stage of the Taizun realm. Lin Jishan and the great clan elder were both at the peak of late period of Taizun realm. They only needed to cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body, and they would be able to become revered ancestors. They had been stuck in the late period of Taizun realm for many years already, but because they could not go to Flying Dragon Experience Place to cultivate, and because they could not cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body, they were unable to break through. When Chen Shang returned, he immediately gave the Jinzun Dan to them. The great clan elder took the 20 Jinzun Dan pills, still having some suspicions about this, because he had never heard of a pill that could help a person cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body. Although he was also an alchemist, this was still too inconceivable to him. However, Lin Jishan knew very well that this was true, because he knew the terror of those mice. Uncle Lin, is that enchantment still there? Chen Shang asked. Back then, it was precisely because of that place that Lin Jishan came across those terrifying rats. If that barrier was still there, then there would definitely be treasures left inside. I'm still here, are you going? Lin Jishan asked, do you want me to go with you? There's no need, I'm already in the middle stage of the Supreme Realm. My power is much stronger than before. When I was in there was no problem, let alone now. Chen Shang laughed, I just don't know if they noticed anything strange about that place. There are some dragon demons that have tried, but the dragon demons do not understand much about it. Soon, all of them have been eaten by rats. Lin Jishan said, I will go to the capital every once in a while, and there will always be many dragon demons there. Right now, there should be quite a few dragon demons or humans inside. Quote. There were a lot of dragon demons, and they loved to walk around. In this past 10,000 years, it was not strange that the dragon demons had found that place. Chen Shang was worried that the things hidden inside might be found. Lin Jishan and the great clan elder would need a period of time to refine them, so Chen Shang planned to go inside the mysterious barrier to find out. After Chen Shang told the great clan elder and Lin Jishan what would happen after he ate the Jinzun Dan, as well as the things that he needed to pay attention to, he headed towards the barrier. Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors, sat on top of it, and then used his spatial energy to teleport over. Chen Shang let Flying Dragon Palace leader come out from the 6 realms mirrors and asked, Flying Dragon Palace leader, do you recognize this place? The mouse I mentioned before appeared in here. Quote. Let me think. It would be even better if you could tell me the terrain within a 10,000 kilometer radius. This will help me determine what kind of region this is. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Alright, I'll tell you the situation in the area with a radius of 1,000 miles first. Chen Shang then rode on his 6 realms mirrors, and flew a circle above the barrier, before turning everything he knew into an image for Flying Dragon Palace leader to see. The Flying Dragon Palace leader was one of the earliest ancestors and could be considered to be one of the oldest existences in the Flying Dragon Pagoda. Now that Chen Shang wanted to know what was hidden inside the barrier, he could only ask the Flying Dragon Palace leader. Not long later, Flying Dragon Palace leader suddenly exclaimed, It's actually this place. Where is it? Chen Shang asked anxiously. The Flying Dragon Palace leader was aware of his situation. You should know that the Myriad Dao Mausoleum is a heavenly prison, where many extremely strong and evil beings are imprisoned. And after the evil spirits leave, they will not be able to come out. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Bukuo, what does it have to do with this place? Chen Shang thought for a while, then asked. He could not think of any relationship between the two. But, in the Myriad Dao Mausoleum, there were demons that ran out themselves. This place is where the evil monster once resided, and now, the evil demon should already be dead. When he ran over, he was sealed in this place by a mysterious power. The words of the Flying Dragon Palace leader made Chen Zhang's body tremble. An evil demon that could run out of the Myriad Dao Mausoleum must be very powerful. Are you sure that guy is dead? Chen Shang anxiously flew out of the barrier. He was worried that the evil demon hidden inside would suddenly appear. He should already be dead, otherwise he would have already run to the ground. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, back then when he was sealed in this place, we didn't dare to get any closer. We were worried that he would kill us. How much do you know about this? Will there be anything good left behind? Chen Shang asked, and then flew inside the barrier. At this time, he knew that there were a lot of people below. I only know that this is a big rat, a very powerful rat monster. Flying Dragon Palace leader replied, I know nothing else. A powerful mouse monster. Chen Shang thought about those little mice. They were truly powerful, they could even easily kill the late period of Taizun realm. How can I find what's hidden here? Back then, Lin Jishan's friends knew that there was something inside, but it seemed that it was already dead. Chen Shang used the Dao Heart Eye to look at the ground from midair, but was unable to discover anything. Oh right, those mice should know a bit about this. I wonder if I can search through their memories. Chen Shang caught a mouse, and then used soul-absorbing devil spell on the mouse to search its memories. Mouse's memories were not many, and it was very simple, but he could give Chen Shang very useful information. There was an underground palace under this barrier. In Lao Shu's memory, he had mentioned when he would return to the underground palace and when he would come out. Furthermore, if anyone approached him on the ground, he must kill them and eat them. Chen Shang didn't find anything useful in the mouse's memories, and it also didn't have anything to do with the mouse ancestor. Do you want to know? Chen Shang pondered. After all, there was a big rat nest down there, and although he had caught a lot of rats inside, there were still a lot of them. Descend. Chen Shang made his decision, and then, he released a very strong spatial sensing power to sense everything in the surrounding space. It took him over 2 hours to sense the underground palace. After which, he immediately teleported. This underground palace is really deep. As expected of the mouse nest of the ancestor, Chen Shang came to the underground palace. It was very dark here and there wasn't the slightest bit of light. Because he accidentally made a little noise, many dots of green light suddenly appeared. When he took a closer look, he couldn't help but feel his scalp go numb. It was actually a lot of rats. These mice were as powerful as the ones he had captured. They were all rats with the myriad Dao's golden body, and possessed terrifying speed. Damn it, why are there so many rats? Chen Shang took out a light-emitting stone and illuminated his surroundings. There were many rats, but the thing that attracted him the most was a black bead. Chapter 2887. The bead was as big as a watermelon and it was black all over. There were a lot of black energy inside the bead. At this moment, he saw a tiny mouse coming out of the black bead. Was it the black pearl that gave birth to the mouse? Chen Shang never thought it would be like this. He thought there was a female mouse crazily making mice. Right now, Chen Shang was holding on to the Six Realms mirrors. The array formation released by the Six Realms mirrors had a strong defensive power, and a lot of rats flew over, but were repelled by the array formation above, causing them to be unable to approach him. What exactly is this thing? Chen Shang immediately told Flying Dragon Palace leader about the black pearl he saw. Quickly go and get it. This is an extremely precious item. If I'm not wrong, it should be a beast core left behind by the ancestor after his death. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said anxiously. Originally, Chen Shang wanted to walk over to take a look, but he was stopped by a large group of rats. Although these rats were unable to injure him, they released a huge amount of power and were frantically trying to break through the formation to protect him. During the collision, Chen Shang found it difficult to even move, so he had no choice but to retreat. You can't stop me. Chen Shang laughed mischievously, and then, using the spatial extraction technique, he took the black pearl into his hands. How do I use it now? Chen Shang asked. Drops of blood. We'll know when we drip blood. Flying Dragon Palace leader replied. As for what it will be used for, I'm not too sure either. In short, it will definitely be useful. Chen Shang immediately bled. As the blood dripped, he suddenly had a strange feeling. After he understood this feeling, he was suddenly overjoyed. He did not expect that he would be able to sense all the rats here. The rats here were all his slaves, and they were all under his control. Furthermore, he could see everything the rats were looking at. That's great. Chen Shang thought for a bit, then all the rats gathered here, and many of them started to move back. He counted over 5,000 rats. These rats could not leave the boundary, but he could. As long as he put these mice into the Six Realms mirrors, he could bring them away. Not long after, he put all 5,000 or so mice into the space within the Six Realms mirrors and left the underground palace. He also realized that as long as he injected his Tao energy into the Black Rat Emperor beads, he would be able to make it give birth to mice, and the rat would only need to absorb a certain amount of Tao energy to grow quickly. These rats all had strength comparable to the late period of Taizun realm, especially when they ganged up and attacked it together, they would definitely win. How are things now? Flying Dragon Palace leader asked anxiously. He did not know that Chen Shang could control this rat. I'm the new king of mice now, haha. Chen Shang laughed. He had already left the barrier with the group of rats. This barrier was only famous because of the powerful rat that killed the Taizun realm. Now that this mouse had been brought away by Chen Shang, this place would also become a deathly zone in the future. Chen Shang returned to the belly of the mountain where Little Bat was. The great clan elder and Lin Jishan were still in closed-door cultivation, while Little Bat was not. I wonder where that fellow went. Chen Shang had originally planned to invite Little Bat to the Dragon Devil Deadland to have a look. He felt that being able to control these rats would give him a lot of power. Even if he went to the Dragon Devil Deadland, he wouldn't need to worry about being surrounded by the Dragon Clan. There's no need to wait for him. Go directly to Flying Dragon Palace and see if there's any way to enter there. You need to go to Flying Dragon Experience Place to gain experience. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, you will know once you enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place. If you cultivate inside, the power you will gain will make you stronger. With the same late period of Taizun realm, if one has been trained in the Flying Dragon Experience Place, their strength would be stronger than other late period of Taizun realms. If Lin Jishan and the great clan elder succeeded, they would also step into the Venerable Ancestor later stage. Furthermore, he was still in the middle stage of the Taizun realm, so he had to use this time to catch up. Right now, he had no good way to continue leveling up, so he could only go to Flying Dragon Experience Place to take a look. Flying Dragon Palace leader was the most familiar with Flying Dragon Experience Place, and under his guidance, they quickly reached Flying Dragon Palace. There were large cities around Flying Dragon Palace, and it was already very lively in the past, but now that they were ruled by the dragon demons, the ones managing the cities around the Flying Dragon Palace were still the same people. They had all betrayed the Flying Dragon Palace leader, surrendered to the dragon demons, and became the dragon demons' underlings. This was something that the Flying Dragon Palace leader would never forget. Right now, no one dared to sell dragon magic Dan, no one even dared to mention, after all, this was the world of the dragon demons. One of the strengths of dragon demons was their poison. Almost every dragon demon could release the poison of dragon demons, and the poison released by the powerful dragon demons was even more powerful. However, the poison released by the powerful dragon demons had an instantaneous effect, and there was no way to guard against it at all, unless one ate the dragon magic Dan beforehand. Only the Zhao clan and Chen Shang possessed the dragon magic Dan's medicine. The Zhao clan was currently a loyal supporter of the Dragon Demon Empire, and they had long since destroyed all the dragon magic Dan's medicine, letting them die, so as to display their loyalty. Therefore, in the current battle, you had to be very accurate and fast. Otherwise, if you couldn't kill the dragon with a single blow, the dragon would immediately poison you with its poison once it reacted. Without the dragon magic Dan, the poison of the dragon demons were fatal, especially after being poisoned by the strong poison of the dragon demons. Chen Shang was in a city around Flying Dragon Palace. Although there were many dragon demons here, they were still a lot fewer compared to humans. In this place, regardless of whether one was strong or weak, the demonic dragon was in existence similar to a great lord. No human would dare to offend the demonic dragon. Although they were ruled by the dragon demons, humans still lived a good life. Unless they were unlucky, accidentally provoking the dragon demons would make them miserable. Humans had been ruled for a long time. Due to the great disparity in strength, they had gradually lost their will to resist. In addition, their current situation wasn't that bad. In order to preserve their lives, no one would make enemies with the dragon demons. The strongest amongst humans was the Flying Dragon Palace leader, but the Flying Dragon Palace leader was defeated by the dragon demon. Ever since the Flying Dragon Palace leader was defeated, the human had not pulled himself together. But from time to time, there would be a small group of humans secretly fighting against the dragon demons, often assassinating some of the more evil dragon demons. What kind of existence is the dragon demon? People are not human, dragons are not dragons, and demons are not devils. This was Chen Zhang's conclusion to the dragon demons. The dragon demons all had the outer appearance of a human, had a strong dragon power and a certain level of demonic nature. There were indeed quite a few dragon demons committing evil, but Chen Shang also discovered that some dragon demons, because they had interacted with humans over the years, had gradually absorbed their human nature. After all, they had lived together for almost 10,000 years. The Flying Dragon Experience Place is about to be opened. I heard that this was created by some dragon devil princess. Chen Shang heard a voice as he walked past a street. Chapter 2888. The Flying Dragon Experience Place had always been controlled by the dragon demons, and it had never been open to the public. It was only open to those humans loyal to the dragon demons, or to the dragon demons. Dragon Devil Princess. Was she the daughter of the Dragon Lord? What exactly is she thinking and why is she doing this? After an old man heard this, he became excited. If I can go to Flying Dragon Experience Place, maybe I can make a breakthrough and live a few more years. Chen Shang anxiously asked Flying Dragon Palace leader about it. He also told him about the opening of the Flying Dragon Experience Place. Dragon Devil Princess. Back then when I was fighting against the Dragon Lord, I didn't know that he had a daughter. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, it could have been born later on. However, this draconian ancestor himself was capable of producing a large number of draconic demons. Just how did he manage to produce this girl? And it's even some kind of princess. Quote. The very first dragon demon had a hideous face when it was born, but after that, it turned into a humanoid shape. Even if it took the form of a dragon demon, it would at most maintain the appearance of a large portion of the human race. It was equivalent to becoming a human dragon. Chen Shang could become like that in the past. His recognized sister, Leng Yulin, could also do it. This was the draconian mother CKER. Could it be that the demonic dragon has changed for the better? After all, so many years have passed. Flying Dragon Palace leader was also very suspicious about this. Forget it, this is a good thing after all. You must go inside Flying Dragon Experience Place to cultivate for a while. I know, I will go in and out and start cultivating the myriad Tao divine arts. Chen Shang said, if I continue to live like this, I feel that I will clash with the dragon demon sooner or later. Even if I do not clash with the dragon demons, I will definitely not let you off, and I will not let you off. Quote. Right now, he was very weak compared to the natural law divine lord, so as long as he was strong, he would do anything. The Flying Dragon Experience Place was going to be opened soon, and this news quickly spread through the streets. Everyone on the first floor of the Flying Dragon Pagoda knew about this, and now that there were transmission array, it was much more convenient for people to come and go, so the information circulated even faster. Although the Flying Dragon Experience Places were open, there was still a limit to their ability to enter the Flying Dragon Experience Places. First, they had to undergo an assessment, which meant that not everyone could enter. Although it sounded rather harsh, it was not difficult for those who wanted to enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place. Those who wanted to enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place were mostly people stuck in the late period of Taizun realm. Does the demonic dragon need Dao Crystal? Chen Shang suddenly felt that this was a possibility. The reason the Myriad Dao Mausoleum opened it earlier was also because the Divine Ghost Imperial country needed a large amount of Dao Crystal. Flying Dragon Palace leader, would the dragon demons really need a large number of Dao Crystal? Previously, it was the same for the Divine Ghost Imperial country. Chen Shang said. That's a possibility. Flying Dragon Palace leader thought for a moment. Other than Heavenly Alchemy Stone Wall, there are other things that can make people stronger in Myriad Dao Mausoleum. Maybe they need Dao Crystal to go there. As for the details, only those who are familiar with the Myriad Dao Mausoleum would know. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Chen Shang headed to the Flying Dragon Palace to register and participate in the assessment. He felt that it would be very easy for him to pass, even though he was only at the middle stage of the Taizun realm, he could still cultivate the golden body of the Myriad Dao without using the Heavenly Alchemy Immortal power. Another examination. I've already participated in this kind of examination who knows how many times. Chen Shang had no choice but to participate in the competition. Now that he could safely enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place, he did not plan to take any risks. After all, he was still too weak. If there was a large group of patriarchs guarding the Flying Dragon Experience Place, it would be very dangerous for him to enter, and he would not be able to cultivate peacefully. I heard that the exam is very simple. As long as you pass the test, there's no need to fight. A person said. It's true, I passed it without a hitch as an elder. I heard that this time, Dragon Devil Princess will also enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place to cultivate with everyone. Quote. Dragon Devil Princess needs a group of powerful human experts to follow them. I wonder why. Their race has many powerful dragon demons, so why are they looking for humans? Quote. I heard that the current situation of the dragon demons is very chaotic. There are two others who have the same strength as Dragon Demon Lord, and a large number of dragon demons are controlled by the other two dragon demon great leaders. Although her father has some control over them, he is not trusted by her. This is not a good thing. If the dragon demons were to fight, we humans would be in an even worse situation. When that happens, we will definitely be forced to fight the dragon demons. The number of humans that will die will be the greatest. Although he was not sure whether it was true or not, he felt that it might happen. Chen Shang immediately told Flying Dragon Palace leader about this. How could this happen? Dragon Demon Sovereign, this fellow, serves him right. Back then, if he had not destroyed me and allowed me to coexist with him, he would have had me as his helper at that time. Then, I could have led the humans to fight against his powerful enemies. Flying Dragon Palace leader laughed coldly. This matter should be true, if not the rumors would not have spread out. These dragon demons are becoming more and more human, and they have also learned the art of scheming and fighting human beings, haha. Quote. The strongest power would usually not collapse because of external factors, and the majority would collapse because of internal strife. Chen Shang had encountered many such things over the years. This kind of thing happened to the humans and beasts, but even now, this kind of mysterious dragon demon was still hard to escape from. Of course, this couldn't be considered a good thing. If there were internal conflicts within the dragon demons, humans would definitely be affected and many people would die. Chen Shang queued for half a day before finally entering a large hall within the Flying Dragon Palace. Inside the Dan Hall, there was a spirit power testing bead, and as long as he placed his hand on it, the bead would emit a golden glow. Even if he passed, and paid the 10 billion Dao crystal, he would be able to obtain a sign and enter the Flying Dragon experience place together with him. Finally, it was Chen Zhang's turn. He only used a little bit of Tao energy to make the pearl release a golden light, and previously, many people used the power of their breast milk to release their Tao energy. It took a long time before the pearl lit up, which was also the reason why they had been queuing for so long. Seeing this, many people knew that Chen Shang, this young one, was a guy that hid his strength well. After Chen Shang passed through, he paid the Tao crystal and obtained a plate. In front of the dragon demons, he dripped his blood and fused with the jade plate. They did not ask for Chen Zhang's name, but only told him to head to the Flying Dragon experience place in 10 days, and where he would be waiting for the Flying Dragon experience place to open up. After Chen Shang obtained the tablet, he left the Flying Dragon Palace. He wanted to inform Lin Jishan and the great clan elder of this news. Even though they were still in closed-door training, he had left a note at the entrance of their stone room, which they could immediately see the moment he came out. Chapter 2889. Chen Shang left the note to tell Lin Jishan and the great clan elder his whereabouts and immediately headed out of Flying Dragon experience place to wait for them to enter the Flying Dragon experience place. Flying Dragon experience place was a huge floating platform, with a total of 10 Flying Dragon experience places. The first floor was the stage, and the highest one was located below. Every Flying Dragon experience place was a million miles away from each other, and even if he were to ascend to the first Flying Dragon experience place, he would only be barely able to ascend to the second Flying Dragon experience place. It was said that every Flying Dragon experience place was as big as a giant island, and there were extremely complicated environments on top of them. As long as one could cultivate for a period of time on top of them, they would be able to absorb a type of mysterious power, and cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body. Chen Shang had already cultivated the myriad Tao's golden body. He had only entered the Flying Dragon experience place to find out what the cultivation above the Flying Dragon experience place was like. The legend was rather hard, but most people could endure it. Chen Shang felt that he should not have any problems. At this time, many people were waiting under the first Flying Dragon experience place. If one wanted to enter the Flying Dragon experience place, they had to use a huge transmission array beneath the Flying Dragon experience place. Although they could also fly into the air to get close to the Flying Dragon experience place, they could not do so because the Flying Dragon experience place was shrouded in a barrier. It was extremely difficult to do so because the Flying Dragon experience place was surrounded by a barrier. Chen Shang had never tried it before. He had already paid the Tao crystal, so he did not want to take the risk in public. If he was accidentally discovered by the powerful dragon demons that were guarding inside, it would be extremely dangerous. I don't know if the first Flying Dragon experience place is only open for you, but with your current strength, the first Flying Dragon experience place isn't enough to satisfy you. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, you must at least go to the third Flying Dragon experience place to have any results. When the time comes, I will know. If that is not possible, I will think of something. The reason Chen Shang went to Flying Dragon experience place to cultivate was also to increase his strength. If the first Flying Dragon experience place was truly useless to him, he would definitely think of a way to continue his journey. The sky was still dark, and there were still 4 hours before dawn. But at this time, many people were extremely excited, because after dawn, the Flying Dragon experience place would open, and at that time, they would be able to step onto the Flying Dragon experience place. Although they could not guarantee that they would be able to cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body, it was the only hope they had to break through. In the days that Chen Shang was waiting, although there were only 2,000 people who were observing the place, these 2,000 over were all from the Taizun realm, and a few hundred of them were from the late period of Taizun realm. What Chen Shang did not expect was that there were also some dragon demons here. Someone from the Zhao clan. They're also here to join in the fun. Suddenly, Chen Shang heard someone discussing. The Zhao clan's few Taizun realms were also here. It was only later that Chen Shang found out that Zhao clan's people did not have to pay Tao Crystal S to enter, and that they had come to supervise a few people doing whatever they wanted on top of that. Daybreak, Chen Shang was the same as many others. He was secretly excited in his heart. In the distant sky, a beautiful, snow-white dragon horse suddenly flew over. The dragon horse was very white and beautiful, but the person riding the dragon horse was wearing black tight clothes, which contrasted sharply with the snow-white dragon horse. What was even more obvious, was that the person riding the dragon horse had a faint demonic aura, which was also inconsistent with the pure aura of the dragon horse. The black-clothed person wore a conical hat, but from the figure it could be seen that it was a woman. Even though the aura on her body carried a faint demonic aura, she was very powerful, at least from Venerable Ancestor realm. Dragon Devil Princess is here, someone said in a low voice. This was actually the Dragon Devil Princess. Chen Shang was suddenly curious, the purpose of this Dragon Devil Princess opening the Flying Dragon Experience place, although there were a few guesses, but they were only guesses, no one was sure what she was planning to do. After the arrival of the Dragon Devil Princess, a few Venerable Ancestor Realm Dragon Demons took out a few things. They were all used to activate the transmission array to teleport people to the Flying Dragon Experience place. At this time, everyone had already walked into the transmission array. Dragon Devil Princess had already mounted on his white horse and flew directly to Flying Dragon Experience place. Seeing that, Chen Shang immediately asked the Flying Dragon Palace leader, why can she fly herself? I used to be able to do it too, but she was able to directly fly because she had the Flying Dragon bead in her hands. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, as long as there is a Flying Dragon bead, we can enter that barrier at any time. I had several of these Flying Dragon bead, but after my body died, it would be gone too. Aren't you putting such an important thing in the Divine Sense world? Chen Shang curled his lips, otherwise, I would have been able to directly kill them now. Well, actually, it was me who used it during the battle. It had quite a bit of power. Otherwise, my soul would not have been able to escape. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, every 1,000 years, Flying Dragon Experience place will drop one of these Flying Dragon bead. If the Dragon Devil Princess has one, then it means that she is quite powerful. The transmission array had already been activated, and in the blink of an eye, Chen Shang and a group of people had already arrived at the first Flying Dragon Experience place. This was a place filled with the fragrance of flowers. It was filled with a kind of extremely comfortable energy. When Chen Shang absorbed a little of this energy, he was immediately sure that this could allow people to cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body. Flying Dragon Experience place's environment is pretty boo. I thought it was bad. Chen Shang looked around at the beautiful flowers and plants, and his mood inexplicably became good. This is only the location of the transmission array, moreover the myriad Tao's power is the thinnest here. If you really need to cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body, then you need to head to the place with the densest and most concentrated myriad Tao's power. That place is also the most dangerous place. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. How can I go to the second Flying Dragon Experience place? Chen Shang came to an old man and asked. This old man was a dragon demon, from Venerable Ancestor realm. If you want to go to the second Flying Dragon Experience place, you need to rely on your own strength. As long as you find the Flying Dragon bead here, you can bring it up to the Flying Dragon Experience place. The old man said. Finding the Flying Dragon bead was easier said than done, there might not even be one here. Chen Shang did not ask any further, and left the transmission array, following the direction indicated by the Flying Dragon Palace leader. The Flying Dragon Palace leader was very familiar with this place, so it might be able to guide him to the Flying Dragon bead. Chen Shang left the transmission array not long after. If he wanted to leave the Flying Dragon Experience place, he could have just gone to that transmission array. Under the guidance of the Flying Dragon Palace leader, Chen Shang arrived at a blazing mountain. This place was filled with flames, and the intense flames made even Chen Shang, who had cultivated the myriad Tao's golden body, feel very hot, let alone the others. We might be able to find the Flying Dragon bead here. This is the place with the densest power in the myriad Tao. The Flying Dragon Palace leader replied, I found 2 of them here before. The Flying Dragon bead that you need right now is the second Flying Dragon Experience place that fell. This kind of Flying Dragon bead is more difficult to find, the location where it fell is not fixed, and it will even run around by itself. Quote. According to my many years of experience, the second Flying Dragon Experience place's Flying Dragon bead would usually go to the place with the densest power in the myriad Tao. This kind of Flying Dragon bead is very spiritual, and if it is grown for a long time, it can still be cultivated to an adult. Chapter 2890. Hearing that the Flying Dragon bead could transform into a human, Chen Shang was in disbelief. If she could become a human, then she would be very strong. Have you seen it? Chen Shang asked. Is it very powerful? I heard that it's really powerful. I've never seen it before. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Although Chen Shang was unbearably hot in this sea of fire, he could still persevere with this kind of heat. He walked in the sea of flames for several days, yet he still could not find the flying dragon bead. This mountain range was extremely large. He didn't know how long he would have to fly into the air or use the Dao Heart Eye to search for it. He wanted to see if he could use the Dao Heart Eye to search for something. After he became invisible, he flew in the sky for 2 days, then suddenly used the Dao Heart Eye to search for a black dot that was moving. Found it. What is it? Chen Shang looked down at the rapidly moving dot below him, and was unable to determine what it was. Could it be the flying dragon bead? What color are flying dragon bead normally? Quote. Black. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, flying dragon bead can fly by itself, its speed is still very fast. Then that's right, maybe our object is the flying dragon bead. Chen Shang immediately flew into the flying dragon experience place. He could not use the power of space, otherwise he would have already flown up to the second flying dragon experience place. He dived into the sea of fire, suddenly seeing a figure. He was extremely shocked, and quickly said to Flying Dragon Palace leader, I know the flying dragon bead S. The flying dragon bead can indeed turn into a human, and very powerful. Quote. When Chen Shang swooped down, he wanted to stop the flying black dot, but he discovered that it was a black shadow that was flying past. This caused him to jump in fright, and he immediately thought of the flying dragon bead that transformed into a human. Quickly chase. Flying Dragon Palace leader said, if the flying dragon bead turns into a human, it must be very powerful, you have to be careful, if possible, grab him. Chen Shang immediately chased after him with his fastest speed for a good half a day before catching up. After nearing the black figure, Chen Shang didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It's actually Dragon Devil Princess, I never thought it would be this girl. I thought it was the flying dragon bead that turned into a human, what is she doing in here? Could he also be looking for flying dragon bead? Quote. The black shadow that Chen Shang had seen before was not a humanoid flying dragon bead, but a Dragon Devil Princess. Dragon Devil Princess was running wildly in this blazing mountain range, not knowing what he was doing. Maybe she is also looking for flying dragon bead. Flying dragon experience place is still very powerful. If she wants to reach the upper level, she definitely needs flying dragon bead. Looks like she does not have any flying dragon bead from the upper level. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. At this moment, Chen Shang was closely following behind Dragon Devil Princess. Using his Dao Heart Eye to observe, he discovered that there was indeed a blurry black dot in front of him. Could it be that there really is a flying dragon bead flying? Dragon Devil Princess is chasing after us. Chen Shang never thought that the flying dragon bead's speed would be so fast, that not even the ancestors of the Dragon Devil Princess would be able to catch up. Right now, he could only barely keep up, and he had expended a lot of energy. Just like this, Chen Shang chased for a few days straight before escaping from the blazing mountain range and arriving at the flat prairie. Chen Shang could now clearly see the well-built figure of the Dragon Devil Princess chasing after a black pearl with extreme speed. Now, Chen Shang was sure that Dragon Devil Princess had already found the flying dragon bead, and even caught it for a very long time, but he couldn't catch it. She must have already discovered you, but she can't be bothered with you. Otherwise, she would only let the flying dragon bead escape. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said, it's not easy to capture flying dragon bead, but whether we can succeed is one thing. Back then, many people could encounter it, but very few could catch it in the end. Chen Shang was also currently thinking of a way to capture the flying dragon bead. He felt that if he ever encountered a flying dragon bead, he had to release his divine web as soon as possible and capture the flying dragon bead. Just as he was distracted, a delicate shout suddenly came, it's flying towards you. Did not expect the fellow who was flying in a straight line to suddenly come back with a big turn. Chen Shang regained his senses and immediately took out the huge golden net that he used to capture the terrifying rat. The net covered an extremely wide area and instantly trapped the pearl inside. Once it was trapped, Chen Shang quickly withdrew the net. As he retracted the net, he threw out the 6 realms mirrors, who instantly flew to the sky above the flying dragon bead and covered the struggling flying dragon bead and kept it inside. Dragon Devil Princess looked at the panting Chen Shang, and said with a frown, I never thought that you would actually catch the flying dragon bead, who are you exactly? It seems like you know a lot about flying dragon bead, there are a lot of ways. Quote. Dragon Devil Princess had a ponytail, tan skin, her face was originally that kind of sweet, but right now her face was stiff and cold. She had her hands folded across her chest, looking valiant and formidable, just like a female warrior. Chen Shang was on his guard as he faced the Dragon Devil Princess. He was a dragon demon, after all, and he had even caught a flying dragon bead. What is it? Are you careful that I don't make a move against you? Dragon Devil Princess snorted in disdain. I am not the kind of person to imagine. You can consider yourself lucky that you have obtained the flying dragon bead. After he finished speaking, Dragon Devil Princess continued to rush towards the blazing mountain range. Wait, Chen Shang shouted. Since he could capture flying dragon bead, this Dragon Devil Princess had helped him a lot. What for? Dragon Devil Princess turned around and asked. Dragon Devil Princess, you want to go to the second flying dragon experience place, right? Chen Shang asked. You are willing to give me the flying dragon bead? Dragon Devil Princess looked at Chen Shang. She suddenly felt that Chen Shang was strange. She then stared at Chen Zhang's normal face and said, this is not your original appearance, right? Chen Shang just nodded his head. I can't give you the flying dragon bead, but we can go to the second flying dragon experience place together. How? Dragon Devil Princess asked. You can enter my storage type divine equipment, and then I'll bring you there. This is the best method for both of us. Chen Shang smiled slightly. If you are worried, you can just make a blood contract with me. I am a dragon demon from the Venerable Ancestor realm. Not to mention ordinary storage divine tools, even the powerful space masters of our dragon clan are unable to contain me, let alone yours. The Dragon Devil Princess said, then turned and prepared to leave. You haven't even tried it, how do you know? If storage of divine tools is truly not possible, then just enter my Divine Sense C. Said, his Divine Sense C world was rather powerful, it should not be a problem for him to accommodate an ancestor, furthermore, he had already trained in the golden body of the myriad Tao. Chapter 2891. Although Dragon Devil Princess was stronger than Chen Shang was not afraid of her at all. Dragon Devil Princess looked very serious and fierce, but it made people not afraid of her, as if she was born to be close to others. No matter how fierce she looked, it was not like she could not make people fear her. Chen Shang guessed that Dragon Devil Princess's current performance was not her real self. She was probably just putting on an act. How about this, you enter my storage divine tool, I promise I won't do anything to you. Dragon Devil Princess said, your strength is weaker than mine, so it's not a problem for me to store you in my spatial divine tool. It's not good for me to go to your Divine Sense C. If something happens, I'll kill you. Quote. However, Chen Shang was not afraid. He felt that since the Dragon Devil Princess had entered his Divine Sense C, he had a way to suppress her. Sure, we have to make a blood contract. Chen Shang thought for a while, then said, however, if the flying dragon bead is going to be mine, I will only temporarily give it to you to use. Alright, Dragon Devil Princess was also very straightforward and agreed immediately. Very quickly, Chen Shang and the Dragon Devil Princess established a blood contract. The Dragon Devil Princess took out a small house and said, this is a stable, my white dragon horse is inside. You can feel aggrieved. Chen Shang nodded his head and then hurriedly wrapped himself with spatial energy. Just when he thought he was about to enter the stable, he heard the Dragon Devil Princess exclaim in surprise. Strange, you are at least in the middle stage of the Taizun realm, so I should be able to catch you, but I didn't succeed. Dragon Devil Princess was puzzled. After all, Chen Shang had cultivated the myriad Tao's golden body, and his body had been fused with the heavenly alchemy soul, so a normal storage divine tool would not be able to keep him. Dragon Devil Princess's sweet face was filled with suspicion. She stared at Chen Shang and asked, who are you exactly? You are definitely not an ordinary guy, are you hiding your true strength? Quote. I've already made a blood contract with you, so it doesn't matter who I am. Chen Shang laughed, let's hurry up and go to the second flying dragon experience place. I'll take you there when you enter my Divine Sense C world. HMPH, let's establish a blood contract. Dragon Devil Princess also did not ask further. Chen Shang was indeed very mysterious, which made her very curious. After Chen Shang and the Dragon Devil Princess had made a blood contract, he brought her to a quiet place in the Yuyao Mountain Villa and told her not to wander around. Chen Shang carried the flying dragon bead and followed the flying dragon palace leader's instructions, quickly flying towards the sky and heading towards the second flying dragon experience place. He flew for an entire day and finally arrived at the bottom of the huge platform. Then, he used the flying dragon bead to touch the stone wall above and was sucked into the suction force. After being absorbed, he arrived at a forest with fallen leaves. The ground was full of fallen leaves, so he quickly released Dragon Devil Princess. There shouldn't be any flying dragon bead that could cause this. Chen Shang asked. Sure, I just need to use a bit of strength. Dragon Devil Princess stayed in Chen Zhang's Divine Sense Sea World for a day. He was extremely curious about Chen Zhang's cultivation. Logically speaking, Chen Shang was only at the middle stage of the Tai-Zun realm, so the Divine Sense Sea World was unable to contain her, this ancestral dragon demon. However, it was possible for Chen Shang, and she stayed in Chen Zhang's Divine Sense Sea World in a stable and steady state. That's good. I feel that this place is not enough. I plan to go to the upper level. How about we go find the flying dragon bead together? With one more person and one more power, it would not be so easy for you to capture that flying dragon bead if the two of us did not join hands. Chen Shang said. He had already experienced the speed of the flying dragon bead and found it difficult to capture it alone. Alright, Dragon Devil Princess didn't even think before she agreed. It could be seen that she also had the same plan. Chen Shang had known this Dragon Devil Princess for a few days. Although he did not understand her well enough, he felt that she was a kind-hearted and kind person. It was hard for him to understand why the dragon demon was so human. Of course, Flying Dragon Palace leader hated Dragon Devil Princess to death, because the princess's father was the one who killed Flying Dragon Palace leader. When Flying Dragon Palace leader heard that Chen Shang was very close to the Dragon Devil Princess at the moment, he did not object. Instead, he allowed Chen Shang to get hold of the princess. Dragon Devil Princess, did you mean to say that Flying Dragon Experience Place is open to the public? Chen Shang asked. Many people had speculations about this matter, but could not confirm their suspicions. Bukuo, my father is currently one of the big shots of the dragon demons, and the dragon demons have 3 big heads. Every Dragon Lord's child has the right to use the Flying Dragon Experience Place once, and now that it's my turn to use it, I'll open it for everyone. Dragon Devil Princess nodded. After being in contact with Chen Shang for a period of time, she was no longer as cold as she was before. So it's like that. Dragon Devil Princess, you are so kind, different from the dragon demon that I imagined. Chen Shang laughed. The dragon demon in my memory is very ferocious. There are these kinds of dragon demons. None of them have completely evolved, or haven't evolved enough. These dragon demons are about 20% like us, the Dragon Clan. Dragon Devil Princess continued. As our strength increases, we dragon demons will become more and more like humans. We used to laugh at the lack of unity in the human race, but now we too. Quote. Human nature is changeable, good and bad, not as bad as you think. Humans can stand forever, and love and hate are inevitable entanglement, which can form a colorful world. Chen Shang said with an open-minded smile. You seem rather open-minded. Dragon Devil Princess took out a map and looked at it intently. Chen Shang moved closer to take a look, and asked, what map is this? Looking for Flying Dragon Bead S. Quote. My father gave it to me. Dragon Devil Princess pointed to the red areas on the map. These are all places where Flying Dragon Bead have appeared. It's quite far from here. Chen Shang said, let's hurry up. Dragon Devil Princess kept the map and said, this time, when I opened Flying Dragon Experience Place, I didn't know if it was a good thing or bad thing. In short, this is something I have been wanting to do for a long time, although my father did not oppose me, the other dragon demons did. No matter if it's a good thing or bad thing, you've already done it. It's too late to go back on your words now. Chen Shang laughed. Let's hurry up and go, I'm in a hurry to go to the 3rd Flying Dragon Experience Place. Dragon Devil Princess let out a light sigh, and then, with agile footsteps, he flew to the front in the blink of an eye, while Chen Shang immediately gave chase. They had flown for 2 days, and arrived in a world of ice and snow. There was currently a snowstorm, and even though the Dragon Devil Princess was a revered ancestor, the snowstorm was extremely violent and difficult to walk on. Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors, but it was to no avail. The environment of the Flying Dragon Experience Place was really bad. They could only wait until the blizzard stopped before starting to search for the Flying Dragon Bead. A few days passed, and once the snowstorm stopped, Chen Shang and Dragon Devil Princess would be searching for Flying Dragon Bead in this world of ice and snow. After they walked for a while, they suddenly heard someone shout, the Flying Dragon Bead is hidden inside this ice mountain. Take a good look. After Chen Shang and the Dragon Devil Princess looked at each other, they withdrew their oars with great tacit understanding and then quietly walked over. It was clear that the 2 elders and the dozen or so middle-aged men were discussing how to get the Flying Dragon Bead out of the ice mountain. It's the people from the Zhao clan. The Dragon Devil Princess sent a sound transmission to Chen Shang. They are the strongest out of the human race today. Those two elders are all revered ancestors, so it would be difficult for me to go against them. Didn't they join your dragon clan? Are you going to make a move against them? Chen Shang asked. They have pledged their allegiance to the enemy camp of my father. If I have the chance to make a move against them, of course I won't miss it. It's just that right now, it's very difficult. The Dragon Devil Princess said. Chapter 2892. Chen Shang looked at Zhao clan's group carefully. Since he could not handle the two Venerable Ancestor realms, the rest were not a problem. The Dragon Devil Princess herself definitely belonged to the Venerable Ancestor realm. It was indeed difficult for her to deal with the two ancestors. How did they come to the second Flying Dragon experience place? Chen Shang asked. There are more than 10 of them, could they have come here like us? It should be, he definitely has a Flying Dragon bead, otherwise he would not be able to come here. Dragon Devil Princess said, let's wait for the chance. We cannot defeat them, but we must definitely snatch the Flying Dragon bead from their hands. Quote. Dragon Devil Princess looked at Chen Shang, and warned him, wait a minute, don't make a move recklessly. They have two ancestors on their side, and their strength is equal to mine. I know. Chen Shang felt that it wouldn't be a problem to deal with the middle-aged men with Taizun realm. If it was before, he might not be confident, but after obtaining the Rat Emperor beads, he could control thousands of strong rats. For a person from the Zhao clan to possess a Flying Dragon bead, they should be valued very highly. Chen Shang had previously suspected that the Flying Dragon bead was accidentally obtained by the people from the Zhao clan, and was not given to him by the Dragon clan leader. But then, an old man took out a round disc. Dragon Devil Princess was obviously very excited as he sent a sound transmission to Chen Shang. This is the item to capture the Flying Dragon bead. From the demonic dragon Violet Emperor. How can he have this kind of thing? Do you dragon demons have that much understanding of Flying Dragon bead? It can actually refine this kind of thing. Chen Shang was very suspicious. Dragon Demon Sovereign is my father, Dragon Demon Violet Emperor is one of the reinforcements of the Zhao clan, and the other one is the Blood Dragon Demon. These three strongest dragon demons are all of similar strength, but my father is slightly more powerful than them, mainly because my father has a powerful weapon in his possession. Just as the Dragon Devil Princess was speaking, the round disc in the old man's hand suddenly lit up, and a black bead suddenly flew out. It was the Flying Dragon bead. Chen Shang could not use the power of space here, if not he would definitely use the spatial energy to retrieve the Flying Dragon bead. Seeing that the Flying Dragon bead was about to land on the round disc, the Dragon Devil Princess was clearly very anxious. He wanted to take action, but he had concerns. Just as the Flying Dragon bead was about to land, a black shadow suddenly jumped out. It was a huge rat that swallowed the Flying Dragon bead in one gulp. Following that, Chen Shang released a few dozen terrifying rats that bit at the 10+ middle-aged men from the Taizun realm. In an instant, these rats bit into their flesh and entered into their bodies. Your two ancestors had just reacted when those 10 middle-aged men were eaten up by those rats. What is this? The old man shouted in anger and immediately started his attack. However, these rats ran very fast and immediately drilled into the ground, disappearing in the blink of an eye. The rats were all let out by Chen Shang, but he never thought that these mice were actually so strong. He remembered that when he caught these mice before, they were not that powerful. Dragon Devil Princess was even more shocked to the point that her charming little mouth gaped open. She was also completely dumbstruck by the scene from a moment ago. She, as a member of the Dragon clan, had man-eating dragon demons, but they were not as terrifying. Previously, Chen Shang had heard from others that this kind of rat could quickly eat one Taizun realm, let alone several of them eating the same person at the same time. Such a powerful mouse, let's call it heaven-devouring rat. Chen Shang secretly gave this rat a name. Chen Shang and Dragon Devil Princess did not dare make a sound, because the two ancestors were looking for the rat that had just disappeared. Can you deal with these two guys together? Chen Shang said to the Dragon Devil Princess through sound transmission, now is the best chance to get rid of them. I can at most tie with them. Dragon Devil Princess shook his head. Even though their Zhao clan has claimed to have already destroyed the Dragon Magic Dan, I can't be sure if they have it or not. If they did not have Dragon Magic Dan, they would not be my match at all. Quote. Only now did Chen Shang remember that this Dragon Devil Princess could use very powerful dragon magic poison. Luckily, he already had the Dragon Magic Dan he refined. So it's like that. Chen Shang frowned as he thought of something. Get me some dragon magic poison, I want a small bottle. What are you doing here? Asked. Dragon magic poison normally do not give it to others easily, and to a human at that. If they have dragon magic dan, they can resist your dragon magic poison. But if your dragon magic poison is to be added with other poisons and change the characteristics of the dragon magic poison, it will be impossible for the dragon magic dan to defend. Chen Shang said, next, you have to keep an eye on them, wait for me to finish concocting the poison, then make a move on them. Chen Shang still hadn't told Dragon Devil Princess that he had released those heaven-devouring rat and he was hesitating on whether he should tell her or not. You really can. This was the first time Dragon Devil Princess heard such a thing. She felt it was very magical, but she also had a suspicious attitude towards it. You already know what kind of ** tea it is. Chen Shang said, I will enter your divine sense sea world to refine it. You just need to follow the two of them. The two great patriarchs did not separate. They had the feeling that there were people nearby, and they were worried that if they split up, they would be killed one by one. After all, they had advanced quite a bit. In the end, the Dragon Devil Princess still gave Chen Shang a small bottle of dragon magic poison and let Chen Shang enter her divine sense sea world. Chen Shang originally thought that he could find out how the divine sense sea worlds of the Dragon Devil Princess were like, but he didn't think that he would be brought to a wooden house so easily. Chen Shang had a lot of different poisons in his hands. Back then, he had also learned a lot of refining methods from Du Xiaoling, and also, LV Qinlian and Bai Ziqian were his women. Even if he was not very good at it, he was confident that he could change the characteristics of the dragon magic poison, making it impossible for it to guard against him. Very quickly, Chen Shang picked a few poisons that were similar to dragon magic poison S from the various poisons, and mixed them with the dragon magic poison S to refine. He only used half an hour's time to refine a completely new poison, which maintained the characteristics of the dragon magic poison. At the same time, he also changed some aspects of the dragon magic poison so that the dragon magic dan had no effect on it. Chen Shang himself also knew how to refine dragon magic dan, so he knew this the best. Princess, I'm done. After Chen Shang finished refining, he placed the small bottle of venom on the table and said, when you use it, if you are also poisoned, you only need to use the dragon magic poison in your body to cure the poison. Dragon Devil Princess didn't dare be sure if this poison was really effective right now, as even she could be poisoned. You can see just by looking. If you don't succeed, you can just run away. At this time, Chen Shang was still in her divine sense sea world, and the moment he finished speaking, he was released by her. Chapter 2893. Chen Shang had even planned to stay in her divine sense sea world for a little longer. Is that really useful? Dragon Devil Princess asked. Why does it look no different from my dragon magic poison? You should know just by looking. Chen Shang felt that it wasn't too difficult to change this poison slightly, especially the dragon magic poison S. Dragon Devil Princess ate a small drop and immediately felt drowsy. After that, she hurriedly urged the dragon magic poison in her body to resist the poison that invaded her body, waking her up. I'm not lying to you, right? Chen Shang chuckled. Dragon Devil Princess looked at Chen Shang in astonishment. She had already tested the poison just now and was sure that it could be used. All right, I will go and fight them now. In battle, I will secretly release this poison. The Dragon Devil Princess said. The two reverends were resting right now. During this period of time, they had been searching for the mysterious mouse. They had heard that there was this mouse inside a barrier, but they didn't expect it to be here as well. It was daytime now, but the two ancestors were still on guard. They would occasionally fly into the sky and use their divine senses to scan the area. Just as they were searching, the Dragon Devil Princess suddenly flew into the air. Dragon Devil Princess had changed into a set of gold-colored armor just now to cover her sexy figure, as well as a helmet. Right now, she was not sure if she would win or lose. If she were to lose, she could still run, and her identity would not be discovered. Chen Shang was watching the battle from afar. He knew that Dragon Devil Princess's attack speed was extremely fast, and almost killed the old man with a single sword strike, but just as she was about to succeed, the other old man quickly shot out a ball of red light from the ground. If she did not dodge, she would have been severely injured. Who are you? An old man asked, but Dragon Devil Princess did not reply her. She only brandished her sword and continued to attack. In the blink of an eye, a few of the mountains around her were destroyed by her sword force. Isn't this the god-murdering sword techniques? So awesome, she actually learned it. Chen Shang never thought that the goblin would actually be able to learn the 4 great divine arts. Very quickly, the old man on the ground also flew up, and the two attacked Dragon Devil Princess together. These two old fellows are very strong. Chen Shang could immediately tell that Dragon Devil Princess was no match for him. Just then, the Dragon Devil Princess released the dragon magic poison. When the two ancestors sensed the dragon magic poison, they were immediately shocked. Dragon magic poison, you're a dragon demon. One of the elders sneered. It was obvious that he had been prepared for this. You must be Dragon Devil Princess. Haha, your father is going to be finished. Do you think that by killing us, your father will be safe and sound? Another old man started to talk. We all have dragon magic, Dan. You can't really be naive enough to think that we destroyed all of their medicine ingredients, right? Furthermore, the dragon demon Violet Emperor has allowed us 2 dragon magic, Dan, to defend ourselves. The old man sneered. At this time, Dragon Devil Princess did not fight anymore. If she continued, she would only be injured, and quickly escaped. The 2 elders didn't let her go and followed closely behind her. However, just as they wanted to chase him, a wave of sleepiness suddenly came over, making them immediately become listless and extremely tired. The sleepiness rising up made them want to have a good night's sleep. This is what was going on. The dragon magic, Dan, is no longer working. An old man cried out in surprise, then he let out a loud roar. His body suddenly shook, and a black mist surged out. The other old man did the same, and their bodies spewed out a black mist. These 2 old fellows actually forced more than half of the blood out of their bodies in order to alleviate the poison that invaded their bodies. Chen Shang did not expect them to be so experienced in dealing with this poison. Just then, that poison was effective, and she had just started rejoicing in her heart, but then they eased the situation. Although her strength was greatly reduced, she was still not a match for them. Humph, little witch, you're dead meat. They knew that since the Dragon Devil Princess could use this kind of dragon magic poison, they wanted to get rid of him even more. At this time, they had already used all their strength to chase after the Dragon Devil Princess, one in front and one behind. Get off the ground, don't be in the air. Chen Shang anxiously transmitted to Dragon Devil Princess. This way, the Dragon Devil Princess would definitely be killed. This was one of Chen Zhang's strong teammates. He could not watch helplessly as his teammates died. He just did not expect that the strength of these 2 old fellows was actually so terrifying. Even after sacrificing half of their blood to expel the poison, they were still so powerful. The Dragon Devil Princess could only follow Chen Zhang's instructions and hurried to the ground. The ground was just a piece of barren land. She didn't know what Chen Shang wanted with her. I'll try my best to delay the 2 of them, divert their attention, and leave the rest to me. At this time, Chen Shang had already hidden himself and sent a sound transmission to the Dragon Devil Princess. After the Dragon Devil Princess heard Chen Zhang's sound transmission, he immediately took off his helmet and looked at the 2 old men who were about to attack. When the 2 old men heard this, they immediately stopped their attacks. That kind of dragon magic poison was truly terrifying to them. They immediately thought that this could be caused by the Dragon Devil Princess's father. If her father had that poison, then it would be a huge threat to them. If they could get some useful information from the Dragon Devil Princess, they might be able to find a way to dispel this poison. To tell you the truth, even the dragon demon couldn't resist the kind of dragon magic poison my father created. Dragon Devil Princess laughed coldly. You think that the dragon demon Violet Emperor will be the big winner, then you are completely wrong. Even though my father looks weak at the moment, he is still the dragon demon lord. You were the one who tried to kill us first, now we have to capture you. The 2 elders had already decided to capture Dragon Devil Princess and use some other method to create the origin of the dragon magic poison. Just as they were about to attack, a black shadow suddenly appeared like a violent storm and shrouded the 2 elders in the blink of an eye. The Dragon Devil Princess immediately took a deep breath. There were actually over 1,000 of those mice that suddenly appeared. She immediately thought there was a high possibility that these mice were released by Chen Shang. What are you doing? Hurry up and let those dragon magic poison out. Chen Shang urged Dragon Devil Princess through sound transmission. Dragon Devil Princess immediately scattered all of the dragon magic poison Chen Shang had refined before. At this moment, the bodies of the 2 old men were riddled with thousands of wounds caused by the rats. Chapter 2894. Your ancestor, after all, is your ancestor. Thousands of heaven-devouring rat are unable to instantly eat them, and only bite over a few wounds on their body. Ah! The two ancestors shouted, and their bodies released a strong flame. A terrifying power quickly spread out, shaking the rats away. However, Dragon Devil Princess had already released a large number of dragon magic poison. When the dragon magic poison seeped into their bodies, it immediately caused them to feel the poison, causing their spirits to become sluggish. The Dragon Devil Princess knew that the rats would immediately burrow into the ground after being struck, and they would also be able to attack them with ease, instantly releasing thousands of sword strikes, turning the two old men's bodies into countless pieces. Although Dragon Devil Princess had successfully killed them, they did not have the time to react. What happened just now was still vivid in their minds, especially those terrifying rats. Chen Shang walked over while giggling, and she was finally able to heave a sigh of relief. Those rats are yours. She was a little unhappy because Chen Shang had already let out a rat to snatch the flying dragon bead away, but he did not tell her. Sorry, that is my secret. I was still considering whether I should tell you or not. Chen Shang laughed as he released his flames to burn down everything on the ground. Right now, Dragon Devil Princess was very cautious towards Chen Shang, because the rats that Chen Shang released were too terrifying. She thought about how if she were to be continuously bitten by thousands of these rats, she would have a chill down her spine. Don't be afraid of me, if I wanted to deal with you, I would have already done it. Chen Shang laughed. Thinking back to what happened before, the Dragon Devil Princess blamed herself for being too negligent, especially when Chen Shang told her to try out the dragon magic poison. It would be the most dangerous of them all. If Chen Shang didn't tell her how to interpret it, she would be at Chen Zhang's mercy. Right now, she also knew that if Chen Shang wanted to make a move against her, there were indeed many opportunities, so she could see that Chen Shang did not have any ill intentions towards her. We have the third flying dragon experience places flying dragon bead in our hands. We can kill it now. Chen Shang took out the flying dragon bead and threw it in his hands. Let's go. Dragon Devil Princess really wanted to know Chen Zhang's origin, but she knew that no matter how she asked Chen Shang, he would not tell her. Dragon Devil Princess once again entered Chen Zhang's Divine Sense Sea World and was brought by Chen Shang to the third flying dragon experience place. Before, Flying Dragon Palace leader had already said that as long as he could get to the third Flying Dragon experience place, he would have some sort of effect on Chen Shang. Now that he had arrived, he could feel that the third Flying Dragon experience place was indeed different. When he arrived, he felt that it was extremely difficult for him to lift his hand. It was as if his arm had been entangled by a force, making it very difficult for him to lift it. At this moment, it was extremely difficult for him to walk or stand. This would be of great help to his body's cultivation. Although Chen Shang had cultivated the Myriad Dao's golden body, his Myriad Dao's golden body was still very young, and he needed to go through this training to become more mature and stable. Chen Shang called Dragon Devil Princess out. After Dragon Devil Princess came out, his footsteps were actually much faster than his. You aren't very strong, but you have so many methods. As sat on the ground, he knew that Chen Shang could not withstand the pressure and could only sit. I will soon be able to walk freely here, just like you. Chen Shang curled his lips and then forced himself to stand up. Seeing this, Dragon Devil Princess could not help but laugh lightly. He went in front of Chen Shang and pushed him down to the ground. Ah, what are you doing? Quote, Chen Shang could not help but shout out. When he fell, he was suppressed by a powerful force, but as if he had fallen from the sky, his entire body was in extreme pain. Right now, it was very difficult for him to get up. Not to mention the pain in his body, the worst thing was that the invisible pressure was very unstable. The pressure in every part of his body was different, and it was constantly changing. For example, the force pressing down on his thigh was very strong, while the force pressing down on his back was a bit weaker. But after a few moments, the force pressing down on his back suddenly increased, making him want to get up, but was suddenly pressed down by the pressure. It was as difficult for Chen Shang, who was lying on the ground, to stand up as it was for a tortoise to roll over on its own. Dragon Devil Princess was after all her ancestor. She was stronger than Chen Shang in every aspect, so her resistance to the pressure here could still be considered strong. Chen Shang struggled on the ground like a turtle, and couldn't help but laugh. Chen Shang said snappily, hurry and get me up. Just who are you? Tell me and I'll help you up. Otherwise, I won't let you get up. Dragon Devil Princess sat on Chen Zhang's back, using the tips of his hair to play with Chen Zhang's ears as he smiled mischievously. Damned witch, Chen Shang could not help but scold. Previously, Dragon Devil Princess's face was ice cold and serious, but now, she suddenly turned into a mischievous girl. Sensing her extremely flexible and big bottom, Chen Shang couldn't help but exclaim in admiration in his heart, and then laughed wickedly. Lady Princess, your butt really has a fleshy feeling, I really like it. You are a hooligan. When the Dragon Devil Princess heard it, she blushed and suddenly stood up. To be honest, I haven't played rogue in a long time, don't give me a chance, or else, heh. Chen Shang laughed sinisterly. He was finally able to stand up, but Dragon Devil Princess walked over and slapped him with a palm, allowing him to lie on the ground once again. Humph. Dragon Devil Princess squatted beside Chen Shang and said, who exactly are you? Someone like you cannot be a nobody. Quote, I'm telling you, you don't know who I am, but when the time comes, you will say that I lied to you. Chen Shang said. He felt that 10,000 years had passed and many people had already forgotten about him. Tell me about it first. The Dragon Devil Princess said. All right, my name is Chen Shang. I was originally a disciple of the Yuan Shidao school. Just as Chen Shang said this, he saw that Dragon Devil Princess's face was filled with shock. Are you really Chen Shang? Dragon Devil Princess asked anxiously. You know me. Chen Shang immediately revealed his true appearance and sighed. It's already been many years, and there's still someone who remembers me, not a human but a dragon demon that remembers me. Quote, you are too modest. Many people remember you now, especially those dragon clan leaders. They are always worried about your return from the heavenly alchemy stone walls in Myriad Dao Mausoleum. I didn't expect you to really come back now. Although you aren't strong enough, your ability is indeed not small. Dragon Devil Princess helped Chen Shang up, and then asked, what did you find inside the heavenly alchemy stone wall? You have been missing for 10,000 years. Quote, I've only been in the heavenly alchemy stone wall for about a year, but 10,000 years have passed outside, and I haven't found anything inside. Chen Shang sighed. I managed to cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body inside. Chapter 2895. Chen Zhang's biggest gain from this was the Myriad Dao Divine Arts. Even though he had not cultivated it yet, he knew how powerful the Myriad Dao Divine Arts were. Inside the Myriad Dao Mausoleum, many rankers wanted to get their hands on the Myriad Dao Divine Arts, and only by cultivating the Myriad Dao Divine Arts would they be able to obtain more powerful power and escape from the heaven prison that had trapped them for many years. Is he really only capable of producing the Myriad Dao's golden body? Don't lie to me, although I have never tried, I know it's not that simple. Dragon Devil Princess's face was filled with suspicion. I'm not lying to you. Chen Shang spread out his hands. Although the Dragon Devil Princess gave him a bad feeling, he did not dare take the risk and tell him about the Myriad Dao technique, which was an important matter. I don't believe it. Dragon Devil Princess snorted. Okay, I also got a bead inside. Because of that bead, I can control a bunch of powerful rats. Chen Shang took out the Rat Emperor beads and summoned a few of them. What surprised him was that these heaven-devouring rat could actually maintain a very fast speed in the third flying dragon experience place. It was extremely difficult for Chen Shang to even walk if he wanted to, but under his command, these heaven-devouring rat were still as fast as lightning. Even the Dragon Devil Princess was stunned. Although she moved quite freely, her speed was still affected. These rats are terrible. The Dragon Devil Princess did not seem to know about the things inside the barrier, so she secretly believed that Chen Shang had obtained these mice from the heavenly alchemy stone wall. Apart from these benefits, is there anything else? I keep having the feeling that the inside of the heavenly alchemy stone wall is not that simple. The Dragon Devil Princess said. Also, furthermore, my heavenly alchemy has improved a lot. You know that I am an alchemist, and my alchemy skills are even better now. Chen Shang laughed. The best thing is that I can learn to refine a type of pill that can help people cultivate the golden body of the Myriad Dao. It's just that it will take some time to refine. How powerful is that? Although the Dragon Devil Princess was a dragon demon, she still trained in the Myriad Dao's golden body, so of course she knew that it was extremely difficult to cultivate. It was easier for them to cultivate in the Myriad Dao's golden body than it was for humans, but she felt that it was very difficult. At the very least, they, the dragon demons, would not need to rely on the flying dragon experience place to cultivate the Myriad Dao's golden body, but it would be a little difficult, and once they enter the flying dragon experience place, their cultivation of the Myriad Dao's golden body would be even faster. Is this true? Dragon Devil Princess was in a state of disbelief. If Chen Shang could get this kind of medicinal formula and method of refining from the heavenly alchemy stone wall, then that would truly be a great harvest. Of course it's true, not only will it allow you to cultivate the myriad Tao's golden body, it will also allow you to strengthen the myriad Tao's golden body, allowing your body to grow stronger non-stop. Chen Shang laughed. He had only just started cultivating the myriad Tao's golden body, and he would need to continue to strengthen the golden body. Only then would his body be able to withstand the attacks, and be able to contain even more power. The reason Dragon Devil Princess entered the Flying Dragon Experience Place to cultivate was also to strengthen the golden body of the myriad Tao. I don't believe you. Give me one to have a taste. Dragon Devil Princess pouted and said. 10 billion Tao crystal pills. Chen Shang took out the Jinzun Dan, and laughed. This is a kind price for you. If you want to sell it, it would at least cost me tens of billions. He cultivated the myriad Tao's golden body just by eating one pill. Dragon Devil Princess wanted to snatch it away, but Chen Shang did not give it to her. Of course not, I have to eat 20 pills. Chen Shang said. This was a Jinzun Dan that he refined using the crash method. The quality was high. Wouldn't it need hundreds of billions, or even trillions, to cultivate the golden body of the myriad Tao? As the Dragon Devil Princess spoke, she took out the 10 billion Tao crystal S. She wanted to see the effects of this pill, Chen Shang. But it's worth it. Even if we enter the Flying Dragon Experience Place, there is no guarantee that we will be able to cultivate the golden body of the myriad Tao. Chen Shang received the 10 billion Tao crystal, passed the pellet over, and said, this is called a Jinzun Dan, look at it. Even though there is only one pellet, you can definitely feel its obvious effects. After Dragon Devil Princess ate it, she closed her eyes and concentrated on refining it. In just a moment, she felt a strong medicinal effect, which made her very surprised. She never thought that there would actually be such a pill. Chen Shang would never tell her that these pills were made from mice. What made the Dragon Devil Princess most curious was that this pill could still be refined by itself. She did not need to worry about it too much, she could still quickly refine it and fuse it into her body, strengthening the myriad Tao's golden body. Hee, this 10 billion definitely isn't in vain. Chen Shang asked with a smile. Her beautiful face was filled with astonishment. How much do you have left? Dragon Devil Princess asked. There's nothing else, just that pill just now. Chen Shang truly only had one pill left, and this was all refined in the myriad Tao Mausoleum. When Dragon Devil Princess opened her Flying Dragon Experience Place this time, she also received a lot of Tao Crystal, so she definitely did not lack Tao Crystal. Dragon Devil Princess, do you guys really need Tao Crystal S? Chen Shang suddenly asked. Previously, the Divine Ghost Imperial country was also lacking Tao Crystal. Why is it so? Your father is the leader of the dragon demons, he definitely knows something. Quote. Chen Shang had accumulated a lot of Tao Crystal, so he wanted to know the most important use of Tao Crystal. I don't know either, my father didn't tell me, but he did divulge to me that the Tao Crystal he had amassed over the years was about to be used in the Myriad Tao Mausoleum. Once he enters the Myriad Tao Mausoleum, he won't be able to come out again. As for how he is going to use it, I don't know. The Dragon Devil Princess said. In short, it's of great use, otherwise he and the Ghost Emperor would not have accumulated so many Tao Crystal. Chen Shang only had 2 to 3 trillion Tao Crystal right now, so the Dragon Demon Sovereign and the Ghost Emperor must have accumulated a lot of Tao Crystal over the years. And what about yourself? Is there even a little bit of it? Chen Shang asked. I do have a lot on me. This time, when I open the Flying Dragon Experience Place, all the Tao Crystal that I have obtained will belong to me. I don't know whether or not I'll be able to come out after I enter the Myriad Tao Mausoleum. Dragon Devil Princess replied, even though I'm a dragon demon, I haven't done anything bad. Chen Shang smiled and said, I already know when I see you. If you can't come out, I will bring you out. I think there shouldn't be any problems with that. Alright, the next time Myriad Tao Mausoleum opens, I will bring you there. Dragon Devil Princess said, alright, I am going to start my cultivation now. Let's part here. Flying Dragon Experience Place will only be open for 10 years. I hope that the next time I see you, you will become stronger. 10 years of time was extremely short for people of the Taizun realm, but as long as it was not too bad, they could all cultivate the Myriad Tao's golden body here. Chen Shang did not know how much he could improve in 10 years. The Dragon Devil Princess left very quickly, so Chen Shang didn't know what kind of cultivation she was going to do, but at this moment, he was still walking slowly in the direction the Flying Dragon Palace leader pointed in. Chapter 2896. The Flying Dragon Palace leader was extremely familiar with the place, and the place he was guiding Chen Shang to was also beneficial to him, so Chen Shang did not doubt him at all. Palace Lord, old man, do you think that Dragon Devil Princess really came here to cultivate? I keep having the feeling that she should go to the 4th Flying Dragon Experience place. Quote. When Dragon Devil Princess left just now, her footsteps were so fast that it felt like flying. Chen Shang was very surprised to see that the 3rd Flying Dragon Experience place was not suitable for her. I have stayed in the 3rd Flying Dragon Experience place for a very long time, there shouldn't be any secrets. What is her purpose in coming here? When Flying Dragon Palace leader heard Chen Zhang's description, he was also very confused about Dragon Devil Princess's purpose in coming here. Chen Shang was also unable to follow Dragon Devil Princess because his current speed was too slow. He was only running a little faster than normal people, but Dragon Devil Princess was as fast as wind and lightning. He was completely unable to catch up, and here, he had restricted his spatial energy. Even so, Chen Shang still had a way to follow them. Long ago, he had already sent out a few rats to secretly watch Dragon Devil Princess. Not only were heaven-devouring rat fast, they had strong attack, and their tracking abilities were also top-notch. At this moment, they were digging more and more holes underground, and at the same time, they could feel the aura of the Dragon Devil Princess. That's the only way. Chen Shang took out the 6 Realms mirrors. Normally, if he used the power of the Law of Flight, the 6 Realms mirrors would easily be able to fly. But now, he didn't know why, but his own power of the Law of Flight was too weak. Even if he could make the 6 Realms mirrors fly, it couldn't fly too high, its speed was extremely slow and it had to consume its strength very quickly. Right now, Chen Shang did not take out 6 Realms mirrors to fly, but to let those heaven-devouring rats sprint around below them instead. This way, his speed would be extremely fast. Right now, he only needed to activate the 6 Realms mirrors as array to withstand the pressure as he moved forward at a high speed. These rats are so precious, so versatile. Could not help but laugh. Heaven-devouring rat could refine Jinzun Dan, could track and sneak attack, and now could even carry him to fly. He could not help but exclaim at the strength of heaven-devouring rat. Chen Shang did not dare to let the heaven-devouring rat get too close to the Dragon Devil Princess, so he could only allow the mouse to follow him on the ground. This girl must be hiding something from me, I have to go and take a look. Chen Shang was also an extremely curious person. A few days passed, and Chen Shang complained, this Flying Dragon Experience place is really big, even after running for so long, I still can't see the edge. There is space in Flying Dragon Experience place, it was very large to begin with, but that brat still hasn't stopped. The Flying Dragon Palace leader said. Not yet. At the same time, Chen Shang told Flying Dragon Palace leader the surrounding terrain. Flying Dragon Palace leader had been here for a long time and was very familiar with this place. He also wanted to know where Dragon Devil Princess had been before. Chen Shang had been informing Flying Dragon Palace leader about the situation around him these past few days, but he could not say anything either. Strange, these places are all very ordinary places. At this time, Flying Dragon Palace leader was also very curious, he really wanted to know the purpose of Dragon Devil Princess's visit. Chen Shang could only continue his chase, only then would he know the mysterious purpose of Dragon Devil Princess's visit. In the blink of an eye, a few days had passed. Dragon Devil Princess finally stopped, and it was at the front of a large mountain. Although the mountain was very big, there were many of these mountains here. It was very common. Dragon Devil Princess stood in front of that huge mountain. No one knew what she was doing, but the heaven-devouring rat Chen Shang had sent out could only watch her from afar. Planned to let the mouse dig into the mountain and have a look, but who knew that mouse would suddenly lose contact with him. This usually happened because the heaven-devouring rat died. This meant that the heaven-devouring rat had lost contact with him. Chen Shang was extremely clear about how powerful the heaven-devouring rat was, but it had actually died in an instant. There's something strange about that mountain. Chen Shang immediately told Flying Dragon Palace leader about his discovery. Flying Dragon Palace leader carefully recalled the terrain around him, but he did not know if there was anything special about this place. I feel like that mountain is protected by a powerful enchantment. When my mouse touched that enchantment, he instantly died. The other rats that Chen Shang had sent out had already arrived at the underground cave. When they saw the dead body of the rat, they turned to dust. Could someone have done something to the third Flying Dragon experience place after I was defeated? Flying Dragon Palace leader could only reach this conclusion. It's possible, has not made any moves yet. Chen Shang said, she must know the situation here. Dragon Devil Princess stood there for an entire day and night before he made a move. At this time, Chen Shang had also arrived at a forest far away from the big mountain. He was standing on a big tree and was looking at the Dragon Devil Princess. Dragon Devil Princess waited for a day before a black screen of light suddenly appeared on one of the walls of the huge mountain. Dragon Devil Princess immediately walked in and the screen of light disappeared. There really is something hidden here. What is it? Chen Shang immediately told Flying Dragon Palace leader what he saw just now. Flying Dragon Palace leader was also attracted by this matter. He was the most familiar with Flying Dragon experience place, but he did not know what was hidden here. This must have something to do with the Dragon Demon. Flying Dragon Palace leader replied, these dragon demons existed a long time ago. The main reason why we built the Flying Dragon experience place was to suppress these dragon demons. Could it be that there are dragon demons on top of the Flying Dragon experience place? Chen Shang used an invisibility spell, and approached it bit by bit. Currently, he was very busy with his walking speed, so he did not reveal any kind of aura. Let's see if we can go in and investigate. Chen Shang took half a day to get to the front of the huge mountain. At this moment, he could sense that there was a powerful barrier in front of him. Previously, one of his heaven-devouring rat would turn to dust the moment it touched the barrier, but he didn't dare to mess around now as he was worried that he would turn to dust. Is there any way to get in? At this time, he knew that Chen Shang was facing a difficult problem. I don't know. Chen Shang pulled down a strand of hair to try it out and saw that it was not lost at all. He was so shocked that he quickly retracted his hand. This made him even more afraid of making a ruckus. He could only walk around this big mountain and see if there was any other way to get in. A few days had passed since he could not enter the mountain, and it made him very mad. However, when he was about to go crazy, he suddenly felt a few auras approaching him. It's a dragon demon, a very powerful dragon demon. Chen Shang was immediately sure that these auras were all ancestral rank dragon demons. He immediately concentrated his mind on concealing himself. Very quickly, he saw 3 young men arrive. They were all standing in the same place and waiting, just like how they were before Dragon Devil Princess. I've got it. When the black light screen appears, I'll follow you in. Chen Shang decided to take the risk. Chapter 2897. Chen Shang inched closer and closer to those 3 dragon demon youths, but none of them noticed Chen Shang, who continued to stand there in a daze. Could it be that they are the same as the Dragon Devil Princess, the descendants of the great dragon demons? What are they doing gathered here right now? Chen Shang was currently only 30 meters away from the 3 demonic dragon youths, which was extremely close. Considering how slow he was, he had to move even further forward. He had to calculate the time and step into the black light screen with the 3 men. He remembered that the moment the Dragon Devil Princess entered, the black light screen disappeared. They actually didn't discover me. My current strength is too weak. If not for this distance, coupled with the fact that I can use my normal speed and strength, they would have definitely died. Chen Shang was standing about 100 meters in front of the 3 youths, waiting for the mountain to open. The 3 young men waited for a day and a night before a black screen appeared on the mountain wall. After the black light screen appeared, Chen Shang immediately walked over, and maintained his pace. When he reached the front of the light screen, the 3 youths were already by his side, and then he and the 3 youths stepped into the black light screen at the same time. After entering, Chen Shang breathed a sigh of relief, and at the same time maintained his vigilance so that he wouldn't be discovered by the 3 youths. It was dark inside, and he could not see anything. However, he could feel that there were 2 paths here. The 3 youths walked towards one of the paths. Chen Shang didn't want to walk with them, so he chose the other path. Didn't those 3 say anything? Flying Dragon Palace leader asked. No, they didn't say a word. Chen Shang hoped that they would be able to speak, so they would know a little about the situation, but they did not. Chen Shang could only follow the path forward. Although this place was very mysterious, when Chen Shang entered, he realized that he could actually use the power of space. Chen Shang really wanted to find the Dragon Devil Princess quickly so he could see the reason why she came in here, so he sped up his pace and went forward as well. After he walked for 2 hours, he arrived at a spacious hall. The ceiling of the hall was covered in blood-colored stones, causing the entire hall to be enveloped in a demonic red glow. It looked very uncomfortable. After Chen Shang entered the hall, he saw many people sitting there. All of them were young people. There were a total of around 100 people. There were rows and rows of chairs in the hall, with the Dragon Devil Princess sitting right at the front. Soon after, he saw the 3 young men from before walk in through another tunnel. Now, he understood that both tunnels would lead to this place. The main reason why there were 2 tunnels was because of the man and the woman. Chen Shang immediately saw that the location the Dragon Devil Princess was at was near the exit of his passage, which was why he had made such a conjecture. These must be the descendants of the giant dragon demon. I didn't expect them to be so powerful, they must all be at your ancestors' level. Chen Shang was currently near the entrance of the passage. If anything went wrong, he would be able to leave the hall in time. These young dragon demons must be waiting here for something, Chen Shang guessed secretly. Just like this, the Dragon Devil Princess and the group of young powerful dragon demons sat there blankly for a few days. After a few days, they suddenly stood up, and Chen Shang, who was waiting impatiently, also became alert. He saw a man whose skin was glowing red walk out. He looked very scary. Next, I will choose 10 of you as my offerings. Granny Long has been hungry for several days, and you are all nurtured by her. You should also feel the beauty of this world. It's time to repay her. The red dragon said. Demonic dragon grandmother. When Chen Shang heard these 4 words, he was scared senseless. Other than the 3 giants, there was still such a powerful existence among the dragon demons. And the Dragon Devil Princess was actually born of this dragon grandmother. Chen Shang quickly told this to Flying Dragon Palace leader. So that's how it is. It seems like the dragonkind's ecology should be like the bees. Inside the beehive, the queen ant is responsible for the reproduction. It's probably the same for Grandma Dragon. However, she usually doesn't do anything, so the other matters are handed over to the 3 giant dragon demons. Quote. Something must have happened to Grandma Dragon. I need to eat something even more powerful. Chen Shang looked at Dragon Devil Princess. The relationship between him and Dragon Devil Princess was not bad. He did not wish for this beautiful princess to be eaten. After the red dragon closed his eyes for a while, he suddenly opened them and said, I've already chosen. Grandma Longmo told me that she needs your 10. The red dragon ordered 10 young dragon demons. Dragon Devil Princess was actually among them. Dragon Devil Princess, like the other 9 dragon demons, were trembling because they were about to be eaten by the dragon demon grandmother. Follow me, the red dragon said, then opened a stone door and walked in. Although Dragon Devil Princess and the rest were filled with fear and despair, they still had to follow. If they did not go, they would die in the end. Chen Shang immediately teleported and followed behind them. He wanted to see what the dragon grandmother looked like. The tunnel was very long. After walking for half a day, they finally reached the end. At the end of the tunnel was a very big cave that emitted a faint white light. After entering, Chen Shang did not see the demonic dragon grandmother above him. Instead, he saw a very large crystal pearl, which could accommodate a few people. Inside the crystal ball, there were many floating specks of light. These specks of light were swimming around merrily like small fish. The red dragon grabbed a young man's neck and released a red light that enveloped the young man. Then, with a powerful palm strike, the young man threw him into the huge crystal ball. The fish-like dots immediately came back and crazily devoured the young man's body. When the Dragon Devil Princess and the others saw this, their bodies trembled because it was their turn to fight next. How cruel! Is this thing really the Dragon Devil grandmother? Chen Shang was confused, but the red dragon demon released a red light that enveloped Dragon Devil Princess and the others, preventing them from escaping. Haha, the red dragon demon suddenly laughed sinisterly, and then threw a young dragon demon into the crystal ball, letting the thing inside devour it. Chen Shang suddenly felt that this crystal ball was not some demon dragon grandmother, but rather something the red goblin was raising. The position of the red dragon demon was definitely not ordinary, so no matter what he said, those dragon demons would believe him and would not dare to disobey him. In addition, he was very strong, so even the dragon demon didn't dare to do anything to him. Chapter 2898. Chen Shang thought this was very strange. He heard that the dragon demons were raised by those dragon demons previously, but now, there was this so-called dragon demon grandmother. Could it be that the Dragon Devil Princess and the other high-level dragon demons are all nurtured by this Dragon Devil grandmother? As Chen Shang looked at the crystal ball, he suddenly thought of his rat emperor beads. Very quickly, the first 9 young dragon demons were all thrown inside, all of them devoured. This is the dragon demon of the ancestors' cultivation level, all of them were very strong, they melted after entering the crystal ball. Quote. Now that it was Dragon Devil Princess's turn, her face was filled with despair, just like the other young dragon demons. She never expected that this would be the end result. Chen Shang felt that the Dragon Devil Princess was still useful to him, so he wouldn't just watch as the Dragon Devil Princess was thrown inside. Just as the Blood Dragon Demon was about to attack, Chen Shang suddenly used the power of space and teleported the Dragon Devil Princess into the Tianchuang furnace. Seeing that the Dragon Devil Princess had disappeared, and also feeling that there was a huge movement outside the stone room, the Red Dragon Demon immediately chased after him. He did not expect the Dragon Devil Princess to actually escape. The young dragon demons in front of him didn't dare to disobey him. Even if they were to die, they would die obediently. Even though they had a lot of complaints in their hearts, they didn't dare to speak them out. And now, one of them had run away. This kind of courage was admirable to the Blood Dragon. After Chen Shang saw that the Blood Dragon Demon had left, he immediately took out the 6 realms mirrors and enlarged it. Then, he covered the huge crystal ball and placed it inside the 6 realms mirrors. Success, this thing is way too easy to obtain. Chen Shang originally only wanted to give it a try to see if he could take away this Dragon Demon grandmother, but he didn't expect it to succeed so quickly. After Chen Shang succeeded, he had consecutively teleported away from the belly of the mountain. After arriving outside, his speed had slowed and he could not use his spatial energy. Fortunately, he had a group of powerful heaven-devouring rats. He used a group of heaven-devouring rats to bring him far away from this place, and then made a tunnel deep into the ground at a hidden location. If the demonic dragon lady was stolen by him, the blood dragon demons would definitely go crazy. At that time, even Chen Shang did not know what they would do. Dragon Devil Princess did not expect himself to be suddenly stuffed into a space. It was a little hot inside, and there was also a terrifying heavenly alchemy immortal power. She had some understanding of Chen Shang. She knew that Chen Zhang's body had merged with the heavenly alchemy soul, she had previously seen it from the Zhao clan, so she understood it a little. Is it Chen Shang who took me away, or is it someone from the Zhao clan? The Dragon Devil Princess suspected that it was Chen Shang. In her impression, Chen Shang had the most methods up his sleeves and was quite bold. Just who took me away? Dragon Devil Princess shouted. She did not get a response and started shouting inside. It's me, stop arguing. Chen Shang replied, I'll let you out when it's safe. She was isolated from the outside world within the Tianchuang furnace. With this, no matter how many methods the demonic dragon had, it would be difficult to find her. Chen Shang was currently hiding underground in order to avoid being tracked by the dragon demons. At this moment, he only left more than 10 mice to scout the surroundings. It really is you. Dragon Devil Princess had already guessed that it was Chen Shang long ago, but she was still very surprised that Chen Shang could actually enter that place and rescue her without anyone knowing. Chen Shang did not know how powerful the Red Dragon Demon was, but this Dragon Devil Princess did know. To actually get rid of her in an instant under the eyes of the Red Dragon Demon, she couldn't help but be impressed. If Chen Shang were to fail, then the consequences would be dire. Where am I? Is it in your Divine Sense Sea world? Dragon Devil Princess asked. Of course not, you're in my furnace. I was worried that you would go crazy and mess around with my Divine Sense Sea world, so I threw you in. Chen Shang laughed. He also needed that person's cooperation to move him away, especially when that person possessed great strength. He also needed to relax his entire body. Dragon Devil Princess had already relaxed his entire body at that time, which was why Chen Shang was able to smoothly succeed. Sigh, he's in big trouble. I wonder what will happen to the High Priest. Dragon Devil Princess sat with his back against the wall, hugging his knees, very worried. Worried that he would attack your father? Chen Shang asked. He could already guess this kind of thing. Yes, I hope my father is alert enough to avoid the High Priest's retaliation. The Dragon Devil Princess said, only by entering the Myriad Dao Mausoleum can you hide from the High Priest. The Red Dragon was the High Priest. Chen Shang was extremely curious about the High Priest's situation. Is the High Priest very powerful? Chen Shang thought back to the fear he had towards the High Priest in the Dragon Devil Princess, and realized that the High Priest was indeed very powerful, causing the dragon demons that revered their ancestors to feel fear. Extremely powerful. He's the one who controls Grandma Dragon. Back then, when Grandma Dragon Demon gave birth to us, he wasn't even born. Later on, for some reason, he controlled Grandma Dragon Demon and was even able to use Grandma Dragon Demon's power. Through her, he was able to sense our lives and where we are. Dragon Devil Princess suddenly said anxiously, "Don't stop now, he knows where I am." Chen Shang suddenly wanted to laugh, because the Dragon Devil Grandmother was in his hands. Then what is Dragon Devil Grandmother? Chen Shang asked again. I saw that crystal ball too. I'm very curious about this kind of thing. I keep having the feeling that it's very similar to my Rat Emperor beads. That's right, there are many similarities between us and your Rat Emperor beads. After that, my father used his own strength to cooperate with Grandma Dragon to give birth to me. My father was the first generation of dragon demons, and all the previous Dragon Devil Emperor Venerable were of the first generation. As for us youngsters, we are the second generation of dragon demons. After that, my father and the others, this generation of dragon demons, will then use the power of their own dragon demons to nurture other dragon demons. That is the third generation. When a dragon demon is strong enough, they can cultivate something similar to a Dragon Devil Grandmother and use it to create their own dragon demons. These dragon demons weren't born strong enough to be comparable to humans. Chen Shang listened intently as he thought to himself, who exactly was the one who created this dragon demon grandmother? No matter how he looked at it, she looked the same as the Rat Emperor beads, except the Rat Emperor beads gave birth to mice, and the amount of Tao energy required to create them was not strong. Chapter 2899. Hey, are you still running away? Don't ever stop, Dragon Devil Princess warned. No, I've stopped. Chen Shang had already brought in the demonic dragon grandmother, so the high priest definitely could not find out the location of the Dragon Devil Princess through the demonic dragon grandmother. This is very dangerous. Although she still had a lot of questions, she hoped that Chen Shang could run now. Chen Shang laughed. What are you afraid of? I have the demonic dragon grandmother. Could he possibly know where you are from? Through the dragon clan's grandmother. Quote. When the Dragon Devil Princess heard this from inside the Tianchuang furnace, he was shocked speechless. Chen Shang had guessed her reaction. Just as he was feeling pleased with himself, Dragon Devil Princess said, then you must run even more. When Chen Shang heard this, he immediately ordered the rats to bring him to the tunnel and run. Looks like this Dragon Devil Grandmother is a hot potato. Chen Shang cursed, why don't I throw this away? We can't lose it. Grandma Dragon Witch has always been under the watch of the High Priest. My father and the others have always wanted to get it, but the High Priest never gave it to them. Dragon Devil Princess said, this is a good thing. Oh yeah, why don't you try and fuse it? Fuse with a Dragon Devil Grandmother. After Chen Shang heard this, he felt that he was going crazy, but he liked to do this kind of thing. Okay, I'll try. I feel that this thing can fuse with my Rat Emperor beads. Chen Shang felt that this was pretty much the same as concocting pills. Rat Emperor beads and Grandma Dragon were both of the same sex type, it wasn't difficult to fuse them, and there might even be a better effect after being merged with them. Chen Shang immediately took out the Rat Emperor beads, and at the same time released the Dragon Devil Princess from the Tianchuang furnace, because he needed to use the Tianchuang furnace to refine it later. What is this place? Dragon Devil Princess saw that it was pitch black. Deep underground, a basement opened by a mouse. As Chen Shang said this, he threw the Rat Emperor beads into the hole, and then he threw the demonic dragon grandmother inside as well. Alright, let's see if we can fuse the two together. Chen Shang observed the interior of the Tianchuang furnace and discovered that there were no movements. He then tried to squeeze the two together with his own strength. However, when he squeezed it out, he discovered that it couldn't be fused at all, and it wasn't as easy as refining pills. With blood. Seeing Chen Zhang's expression, Dragon Devil Princess knew that Chen Shang did not succeed. Chen Shang immediately thought of the blood refinement method and immediately let out a large amount of blood, pouring a large amount of blood into the Tianchuang furnace, soaking it in the Rat Emperor beads and Dragon Demon Grandmother. What are we doing? That's crazy. Dragon Devil Princess could not help but mock himself when he saw Chen Shang tormenting them with their most supreme divine objects. The reason why Chen Shang had merged with the demonic dragon grandmother was to escape the tracking of the high priest. He did not care whether it would work or not, he did not want himself to be tightly entangled by the high priest. Very quickly, Chen Zhang's blood refinement art was in effect. After being refined with a large amount of his blood, the Dragon Devil Grandmaster had a reaction with him, and under his control, she slowly started to merge with the Rat Emperor beads. Now he could sense that Granny Dragon was in touch with something, and that something was approaching. It's the High Priest, Chen Shang suddenly shouted in alarm. At this moment, he could feel that the goblin grandmother was walking towards him. Then what should we do? I'll take you with me. Dragon Devil Princess was very anxious, she knew the High Priest's true strength the best. She also knew that once the High Priest caught her, she and Chen Shang were dead for sure. No need to run, I just need to cut off the connection between Grandma Dragon and the High Priest. Chen Shang immediately severed the connection between Dragon Devil Grandmother and the High Priest. Now that it was gone, he could no longer sense the High Priest. This made him feel much more at ease. Let's go, we need to stay far away from this place, the High Priest is near here. Chen Shang let Dragon Devil Princess climb onto the Six Realms Mirror's S, then had them carry the heaven-devouring rat S and quickly pass through the depths. As the two things gradually fused, Chen Shang became more relaxed. The High Priest no longer chased after him, and instead, he no longer felt pressured. One day later, the demonic dragon grandmother and the rat emperor beads successfully merged together. The rat emperor beads had already become transparent, but it was still so big. He immediately let many heaven-devouring rat enter the rat emperor beads. The rat emperor beads had already undergone a huge change, and Chen Shang could clearly feel it himself. Now, he wanted to see what would happen after the heaven-devouring rat enters the rat emperor beads. He sent the heaven-devouring rat back into the rat emperor beads and let it temper the rats. What about the rats? Dragon Devil Princess asked curiously. I don't know either. It might take a lot of time, and this demonic dragon beast is currently absorbing a large amount of my Dao energy. Chen Shang said, it should take a very long time to change this group of rats. You must have experienced many strange things. Based on your experience, what do you think will happen? Dragon Devil Princess was also very curious. I don't know. Chen Shang had thought about it before, but he didn't know how to guess it. Right, how did you get into that mountain? Dragon Devil Princess asked again. This was also something she was suspicious of. That mountain was constructed together with many strong dragon demons, and it was not something that could be casually entered, but Chen Shang could still sneak in. After that, Chen Shang told Dragon Devil Princess how he had snuck in and asked, you dragon demons are really strange, do you want to rebel against that high priest? What can we do? He would call us over every once in a while. Although he often fed dragon demons to Dragon Demon's grandmother, this is the first time he has fed a second generation of dragon demons like us. The Dragon Devil Princess snorted, in that situation, it's useless for us to resist. Our strength is far inferior to him. Why did he feed that dragon demon grandmother? Chen Shang had already merged with his draconic grandmother, he only knew that she needed to absorb a large amount of Dao energy. He could provide it himself, and if not, she would be able to provide it with Dao Crystal S. Just at this moment, he suddenly thought about the use of Dao Crystal. Feeding this kind of thing was really not bad. Grandma Dragon Demon can release a very powerful energy. After he absorbs this energy, he will become even stronger. You must know that when he was just born, he was much weaker than us. However, I don't know why he was able to contact Grandma Dragon. He was able to absorb Granny Dragon's energy and was also able to control her to release energy. Dragon Devil Princess sighed. After a period of time, he suddenly became very strong, and even controlled Grandma Dragon. Chapter 2900. Chen Zhang's next opponent would be the Dragon Demon High Priest. He had to understand more about the Dragon Demon High Priest. Uncle haha. Has the High Priest been invincible since then? Chen Shang said, why didn't your father and the other two great dragon demons join hands to deal with the High Priest? You don't know, the relationship between the three giants wasn't like this at first. Although it can't be said that they are on good terms with each other, it's still possible that there aren't any conflicts. The reason for their hostility is because of the High Priest. The Dragon Devil Princess said, the High Priest was also worried that the three giant dragon demons would join hands against him, so he secretly supported the other two dragon demons and let them fight against my father. In this way, the three of them won't be able to join hands, and my father has always been stronger than those two giants. Those two giants were worried that my father would destroy them, so with the help of the High Priest, they started to be hostile towards my father. The Dragon Devil Princess said. Chen Shang nodded his head. He did not feel that it was unexpected. The High Priest was indeed playing quite well. This way he would be able to rest easy and borrow a knife to kill people. Once the two goblin great leaders finished off Dragon Devil Princess's father, the high priest would be able to get rid of the other two goblin great leaders easily. Well, then we'll see what happens to my little mouse. Chen Shang laughed. Maybe I can use these little mice to kill the high priest. Dragon Devil Princess also wished for Chen Shang to succeed, but she felt that it was impossible. Previously, it was extremely difficult for Chen Shang to use this kind of rat against the ancestor of the Zhao clan. The high priest dragon demon was so much stronger than the ancestors of the two Zhao clan. Why didn't you tell me when you came to the gathering? If it wasn't for me following behind you, you'd be feeding this to Grandma Dragon. Chen Shang chuckled. Hurry up and thank me. Humph. Dragon Devil Princess lightly pinched Chen Zhang's arm. You bastard, you're really messing around, thank you. You're welcome. Chen Shang laughed complacently. Oh right, don't tell me you're called Dragon Devil Princess, don't you have a name? Of course there is. Although I am a dragon demon, but right now, there are people with a human nature too. Dragon Devil Princess tenderly said, my name is Long Chiumu. Someone with the surname Long. Chen Shang laughed. Of course the dragon's surname is Long. Long Chiumu said, the title of Dragon Devil Princess was given to me by someone else. I have never thought about what kind of princess I am. Alright, do you know where the flying dragon bead on the flying platform are? Chen Shang said, we need to go to the flying platform. We don't feel safe here. It was already difficult for Chen Shang to stay on the stage, so there was no need to go up to the stage. If you go to the fourth ascending platform, you'll probably only be able to crawl on the ground and won't be able to get up. Long Chiumu said, you should stay here for a while before leaving. Didn't you say that this place will only be open for 10 years? I can't wait that long, let's just go up. When I get there, I'll be forced to become even more powerful. Chen Shang said, I am currently only in the middle stage of the Taizun realm, all of you dragon demons are ancestors or something, I simply cannot deal with them. HMPH, even the high priest was fooled by you, and you still say that you can't handle him. Long Chiumu lightly snorted, if you were to become the next ancestor, what then? Flying Dragon Palace leader also didn't recommend for Chen Shang to go to the fourth Flying Dragon experience place directly, but if Chen Shang wanted to avoid the dragon god, he could only do this. Although Long Chiumu didn't recommend it, she had no choice but to go with Chen Shang to look for the flying dragon bead. There's actually no 10-year deadline here. Long Chiumu said, all of this is a lie, if you want to continue staying here, no matter how long you stay, it will not be a problem. Although the dragon demons are strong, they are not strong enough to control so many flying dragon experience place. That's true. Chen Shang and Long Chiumu had already reached the ground level, and headed towards the place where the flying dragon bead might appear. Those heaven-devouring rat were still cultivating, they couldn't even be used now, which made it harder for him to walk. Chen Shang was currently in Long Chiumu's Divine Sense Sea World, so they asked Long Chiumu to bring him to the fourth Flying Dragon experience place. 2 days later, they arrived at the fourth Flying Dragon experience place. Even Long Chiumu found it difficult to stay there. It was just as Long Chiumu had said. Chen Shang could only lie prone on the ground, as he was suppressed by a strong pressure and was unable to get up at all. How are you going to cultivate like this? Long Chiumu was still alright, at least he could still stand up and walk, but he was unable to even stand up. It will definitely work. Chen Shang used all his strength to support himself on the ground. He was barely able to hold on for a bit, but when he tried to get up, he was immediately pushed down by the pressure. Long Chiumu watched from the side and said, seems like you will need many years to be able to stand up. There are many energies here that can strengthen your flesh, increase your golden body of the myriad Tao, and at the same time strengthen your 6 souls, allowing your energy to become even stronger. At that time, you will have sufficient strength to stand up. Chen Shang did not know how long it would take, but he was frantically absorbing the energy here. Long Chiumu was right beside Chen Shang, and seeing how Chen Zhang's body was frantically devouring the energy around him like a whirlpool, she was immediately shocked, not at the speed at which he was absorbing the energy, but rather the speed at which he was quickly digesting the energy. You must have obtained some technique from the heavenly alchemy stone wall, right? Long Chiumu suddenly said, don't try to deceive me, don't think that I am so easy to deceive. I did not know you well previously, so I did not question you further. Long Chiumu was very familiar with Chen Shang now, so she dared to ask. Nope. Chen Shang denied it. Just by looking at the heavenly alchemy stone wall, one can comprehend powerful techniques, and not to mention enter. There are some extremely powerful experts who are able to see through the heavenly alchemy stone wall and see the cultivation technique deep inside the heavenly alchemy stone wall. By chance, they were able to obtain a small part and then, they can become strong. Quote. Long Qiumu lied on the ground and looked at Chen Shang who was lying on the ground. Chen Shang immediately turned his face away and did not look at her. What you obtained inside is the myriad Tao divine technique, right? That is the final form of the heavenly alchemy. Long Qiumu continued, I have heard of this cultivation technique before. Back then, the reason the myriad Tao mausoleum was so big was to encircle you so that you could obtain this cultivation technique. Quote. Chen Shang still did not admit it, and said, what did you say? I don't even know. Give me back your act, I won't take your myriad Tao divine arts, I also have my own cultivation techniques. Long Qiumu rolled his eyes at Chen Shang, and then reached out to pinch the flesh on Chen Zhang's face. Tell me, are the myriad Tao's divine arts really that powerful? Just when Chen Shang wanted to reveal a bit of the myriad Tao's sacred art, Long Qiumu suddenly stood up and grabbed him, and started running frantically. The high priest is here. Long Qiumu sternly said to Chen Shang, he is in the vicinity.